All right, and we are officially live on the YouTube stream.
What's up, YouTube?
What's up?
Everyone out there. All zero view at the moment, but we're anticipating some people showing up tonight. I
anticipate a huge crowd this week.
I am. I try not to look at the number because, you know, it's like a clock or a teapot or whatever the hell they say. When you watch it, it doesn't move. So if I
a watch pot never boils or some shit.
Yeah, that's what it is. So a watched view count doesn't rise. So if I
don't even know where the view count is.
It's down the bottom.
Good.
Down the bottom.
Yeah.
See, all more better. So those shows when we have hundreds of people tuning in.
How do I share it? I gotta go to YouTube to share it. I'll share that shit.
Let's do this. I will copy the link into our Twitter chat.
Oh yeah, I'll share it on Facebook on Iconic Clash.
There you go. Where the hell's there it is. Here, I'll just throw the link here for you guys. It makes it easier on the tweets. There we go. Should be able to copy it from there.
Whoa.
What did Scott say he was doing this week?
He's in Pittsburgh. Not from what I've seen. He's in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
He's visiting somebody. I forget exactly why. If he was out there for a show, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
And then apparently next week he's not going to be around. I came in at the end of the conversation. I'm not sure if it was his girl who set him up to visit somebody.
What a bitch.
So the room discussion will have to wait.
Right on.
Forward to that. Damn.
Yeah, that would be a good one for you to be on.
It's all good.
How many times have you seen that movie?
At least 10.
Yeah. You've gone to see it like in theaters a couple times, haven't you?
We've probably gone to see it in theaters at least 4 or 5 times.
Gotcha. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Did you watch it?
No, I haven't watched it yet.
Oh,
I was going to save that for the show, that discussion.
Yeah.
It's
Did you watch it, Smoothie?
Oh, I watched it last. Well,
did you end up buying the DVD? Why aren't we just doing the show? Do the show.
Hold on. All right, we'll talk a little bit, but not too deep because I do want Scott on here.
Yeah.
Doing my.
But I want to know why the fuck you bought the DVD after you got Kyle's Plex.
I want to show you my DVD. Have you seen my DVD? Haven't you?
I don't know.
Let me see.
Why aren't we doing this on the fucking show?
Yeah, just get it right.
This is more entertaining than anything else that's going to happen. Or just as entertaining, I should say.
Here's mine. Signed by the man himself.
There you go.
Sweet.
It says, to Kyle, may all of your dreams come true. Love. Let me tell you.
That's fantastic. After seeing that movie, it's fantastic.
Oh, look, I even got some movie stubs from when we went and saw it in here. There's 2010, 2009.
Bring that back up to the audio portion of the podcast here, but let me post this on our Facebook. All right. And Brandon, did you send out the tweet?
I did.
Oh,
let me retweet. Retweet.
I was on it this week. I saved the draft while I was taking my pre-show shit.
There we go.
Multitasking.
Cool.
You can get a lot accomplished.
That really made me laugh when everybody was shitting at the same time.
I thought of another cool show idea.
Okay.
You want to talk about it live on YouTube?
Yeah. Well oh, okay. No, we'll talk about it off air. I don't know. Hold on. Let me tweet this.
If you want to give away all your info, maybe the pre-show is where it's at then.
It is.
reach.
That's how we do it. When we go live on Facebook, we do like pre-show for 5 minutes while we share and tweet and just kick it for a second and then go official. You know, it's fun. It's like a little bonus for the viewers.
One more second here. I'm gonna
It's a
try.
fun way of doing it.
I'm gonna hope this doesn't screw up my the stream here.
That's where we come up with like half of our ideas. It's just like, hold on, no, save that for the show. Stop talking.
Yeah, it's the best shit.
Behind the scenes stuff right here. It's good stuff. All right, opening up the thing here so I can kind of hopefully monitor the chat room and not do anything for anybody who decides to come in and chat. There we go. Is there a way to turn off the video in YouTube?
Not that I'm aware of, other than just pausing it.
I mean, we could all just shut down our cameras.
Well,
why would we do that?
I mean, like just click the little icon up here, you know.
No. I was saying because I'm watching the chat, but I'm gonna get thrown off by seeing the.
Yeah, I just paused it, which gives me an image of you staring at me all night long from 2 places right in front of me.
What I do is I open up 2 windows and just put one window's the chat, like this skinny over here on this side, you know, and then I have the camera here.
Yeah, I can't handle this. I got 2 screens going here because I got the MacBook and the computer behind it. I paused that one. It's just like this weird picture of Smoothie staring at me.
Your camera looks pretty decent for what it's worth on that web.
Yeah, I figured it would look like shit. I dropped the ball on getting a new webcam.
All right, we'll see how that goes. All right.
So I bought this one on OfferUp for $40.
There you go.
The C922. It's like a $100 camera.
That's a good deal.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do this shit. What are we waiting on?
Hold on.
What, like, legitimately, what are you doing?
Getting things ready.
Believe me, I know that feeling, man.
All right, did I post that?
When you're fucking in the driver's seat, there's a lot of buttons you got to click.
Yeah. I kind of don't miss doing it for this one. Smoothie kind of took over, which is pretty great.
Yeah, I bet.
That for now. Audacity.
Smoothie's got all the cool knobs and shit, so.
All right. I am going to hit record on the audio, 5-second pause, and then I guess I'll just bring it in. As I've been doing. I don't have anything extravagant this week, so.
Okay, cool.
All right, here we go. What's up, everyone? It's your boy Smoothie, but of course, welcome back to the Unknown Podcast. We are here. We have a very special guest tonight. So to start off, we're just going to kick it right to our special guest to introduce himself here tonight.
Hey, everyone. It's Kyle here from Iconoclash. What's up?
What's up, man?
Just hanging, kicking it. I figured I'd hop in and crash the party tonight. I was bored, kicking it at home with just myself, doing nothing.
Yeah, I was wondering, like, so what did you have not going on that you're like, hey, I want to do the show?
Well, typically, after we put kids to bed, it's like me and Tara's hanging time that we finally get, and she's not here, so
Gotcha.
you know, more of an excuse to just keep myself entertained with you guys.
Where's she at?
She's in Florida.
Why the fuck are you not in Florida?
we all went to Florida last month, and then her mom wanted to go back, so she went with her for a few days. So she's not coming back till Monday.
Right on.
Yep, me and the kids hanging out. We went to the arcade today. It was good times.
There you go. That's fun.
Yeah,
It's cool that there's arcades again. Like, there's plenty of arcades around here. You have a 16-bit up there, don't you?
yeah. We have 16-bit. The one we went to, I could take the kids to on Saturdays and Sundays. It's called Level 1, I think. Level 1 bar. And it's just like it, but it's cool. Like, you can just take them every weekend. But I was gonna tell you. I thought of you guys when I was there because we actually hopped in a half-completed Simpsons arcade game, and we fucking ran that bitch till the end. All 4 of us. Great.
That's so fun. That's awesome.
So fun.
They do kids' days at 16-bit. Have you taken the kids there?
Nope, I haven't gone there yet.
Yeah, they do. It's like every 3rd Sunday of the month is Bring Your Shorty Day.
Okay, cool.
And
I'll look
they,
into it.
they do a bunch of cool stuff. Like they have a whole like mocktail menu for the kids. It's all like non-alcoholic drinks. It's pretty, and you get to keep the cup too. It's pretty cool.
Oh, hell yeah.
As is the case with Howdy Inc. Productions, we are experiencing a bit of technical difficulties on
What's
our
wrong?
So I figured I just got to let you guys go talking. I'm going to see if I can sort this out. For some reason, it's not recording you guys.
Okay.
Nothing has changed on my end. So we're going to continue to be live here on the YouTubes, and I'm going to try and figure this out while we do it. So chat, keep the good stuff for the show. And
Yeah.
Okay.
let me see what else going on. I don't know why I didn't touch anything, and all of a sudden,
Make sure your what program are you using to record your audio?
Audacity.
All right, that's what I use too. Make sure that up where it says like microphone, you have your mixer selected or whatever your computer output is.
Yeah, that's what I got. So I don't know what's going on with that, but let's continue to work through these technical difficulties here, at least for the live portion of this. Because we can then just resume. In worst case, we'll just pull it from the video feed.
Yeah.
Like before. But let me work on this. Give me another minute here. Talk amongst yourselves.
Don't sweat it. If you can't get it, we can just rip the audio. No big deal.
Yeah, I hate that when that shit happens though. I always run into random little bullshit issues like that too.
You know, I bet you I made the mistake of doing the newest update here for Windows. And then I have a feeling that
yeah, make sure when you click on your volume properties, you go to you make sure your output or your recording device is the correct one. Open sound settings, maybe? I don't know.
So you guys attack this problem two separate ways. Smoothie's like, let's work through this. You guys talk and let me figure this out. And Kyle's like, look, I'm here to help. I'll tell you how to fix this shit.
Well, I mean, I just think of the first things I would select. Not that you don't know what you're doing or anything, but I mean, I'd rather make sure it's recording, you know?
Yeah, whatever. We can restart the podcast portion if need be.
They did change I just noticed they changed the way the volume control looks on Windows. That's fucking weird now. Okay, that's weird. Fuck it. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. But anyways, yeah, I took the kids there. It was fun. But I thought of you guys because
that's cool.
I listened to your Simpsons episode, and it just made me super nostalgic listening to you guys talk about it. I love I don't have any I have a lot of dumb knowledge, like especially ICP and Juggalo stuff, I guess. But I love, Brandon, your especially like encyclopedic knowledge of like certain episodes and quotes. And Scott was doing it too. During that episode. I remember moments, but I don't remember like specifics like that. It's awesome.
I've watched them all just so many times.
Yeah, man. I used to watch them every day when they reran at 5 and 5:30.
Yeah, that was the best, was when they started doing the syndication and you could watch it like 2 or 3 times a day.
Yeah, it was great.
All right, I think we are squared away here with that. We do apologize to all of our live viewers.
Nice job, Smoothie.
I just had to restart Audacity. I think because when I first started up the Hangout, my camera wasn't being detected. I was like, what the heck?
Gotcha. All right, well, you want to restart the podcast then?
Yeah, let me just
I mean, fuck it, we barely made it into it. So
sorry, we won't I won't go into an immediate discussion about my day. I didn't mean to do that kind of discussion.
It was a good discussion. Fuck it, who cares?
We can repeat ourselves.
I know you guys. Smoothie runs a tight ship, man. I'm trying to
all right, yeah,
stay in my lane.
That's true.
All right, here we go. Let's do this again. I'm gonna hit record and we're gonna give a 5-second pause for station identification or something like that. What is up, everyone? It is your boy Smoothie, but of course, welcome back to the Unknown Podcast. This is episode number 12, and this is take 2. For those of you who've been watching the live broadcast, you are aware of some technical difficulties, but we worked through it, and we got it going on correctly right now. So as I previously stated, it was only supposed to be Brandon and I this week. Scott is out on leave. We let him go, take some shore leave, and we were approached by our buddy, and I let him do his introduction to come and jump in and be a special guest, and we welcome him.
Hey, Kyle here from Iconoclash Podcast.
Woo!
Here to kick it and hang out.
All right.
What's up, dude?
Not much, buddy. Just, doing my thing, hanging out at home, being me.
We're
Right
glad to
on.
have you here. We're glad to have you here, most definitely. Before we get any further into things, let's jump. Well, Brandon, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Brandon. Nice to meet you.
There we go. In case you were unsure of who that was.
This is 3 weeks in a row. Nice job.
This is
Kudos.
3 weeks in a row.
But bummer that we lost Scott, because this is Scott's first episode that he hasn't been on. He's been on more than I have.
That is true. We were talking about that last week, weren't we? And
Yeah.
his streak has come to an end.
Hopefully he calls in at some point, because that'll count if he does that.
Definitely. He can come in as long as he makes his appearance. I guess we'll count that. Maybe like some
Yeah.
rule, like he has to be here like at least 5 minutes. If
That works.
Maybe he'll have another quick dump he'll have to go take, and he can just talk to us during
Yeah,
that.
There we
that
go.
works.
There we go. But let's get into our typical starting off the show of our traditional fireball and or whatever shot you so desire. Brandon, I'm assuming you got your fireball.
And I put it in Das Boot again this week, since I actually have a camera working this week.
Yes.
Dude,
For the
what a
live viewers, you can get the joy of once again seeing an animated Captain Howdy.
I don't have Fireball, so instead I'm using this Captain Morgan Spice rum.
There we go. He's just shooting that whole bottle tonight.
Yep, I'm putting in this little Jägermeister glass though.
Beautiful.
Would have been cooler if it was right from the bottle, but that's all right. Let's shoot this up. That always sounds funny when I listen to that back.
Shoot it up.
Cheers.
Cheers. It was delicious.
It is delicious.
And again, that is we were talking a little bit about in the pre-show our infrequencies with drinking, with the exception of Brandon.
Yeah, thanks.
That was, I just finished off that. I get the little small bottle. I forget what size it is, about the $10 bottle of Fireball.
That's a pint, yeah.
And that
I buy one every Friday when me and Taggart jam together.
I see mine lasted after the Switch Rant episode when I finished the first bottle. That's the second bottle I bought, and I'm just finishing that now. So that was back show number 3.
Right on.
12. So yeah.
Cool. Yeah, good for you. That's great. Awesome.
So Brandon, what are you abusing your liver further with tonight?
I'm going to go grab a bottle of water.
Oh, come on.
I got that Create a 6-pack that I had last week. I still got a couple of those. So I got the
Nice.
Dogfish Head Namaste White Belgian style wheat beer is what I'm drinking.
Is it good?
I don't know. I haven't poured it yet.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'd like to see that. What are you drinking, Smoothie?
I am drinking another one from my 6-pack, the Voodoo Ranger IPA. This is the
It's got a cool label.
I've had that.
This is the 7% alcohol by volume 1.
How'd you like it, Brandon?
I don't remember.
Wasn't great then.
Yeah. Mine's only 4.8.
I'm going to try this. Shout out to a local brewery. Somebody left this at my house. I didn't buy this, but it's the 4-String Brewing Company American Craft Lager Hilltop Heritage Lager.
There you go. I've heard of that brewery.
Yeah, it's pretty popular here. I've had a few of their beers.
Cool.
See how it is.
All right. Cheers again, everybody.
Cheers.
Man, down with that. That's pretty tasty.
Well, it is pretty tasty.
All
Is
right.
everybody's beers tasty this evening?
It is delicious.
Mine is. Yes.
It reminds me of Shock Top.
Isn't Shock Top a Belgian wheat?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it is.
We'll put you in orange.
Mr. Beer Guy. Well, what the fuck was that little face that you made?
Mr. Beer Guy.
Because you don't ever drink, and then you had some knowledge of what type of beers it was.
Oh yeah, man. I know I have encyclopedic knowledge of that.
Right on. I got Simpsons. You got beer.
I don't.
Nah.
I got
Oh,
random
well.
knowledge and stuff.
The only thing I have encyclopedic knowledge of is literally like anything ICP related. That's
Yeah.
it.
Woo-woo.
That and like techie type stuff, like you could walk anybody through like making a podcast and all of that shit.
Yeah, I guess I waste a little bit of time on that. So you could probably do that.
Dabbling in it here and there.
It's my one and only hobby.
It's a good hobby. I enjoy this more so. I'm glad we all got motivated this year to step up our podcasting game.
Fuck yeah, man. It's so easy anymore. Everybody should have a fucking podcast. I mean, it's a good way to figure out, someone's personality. If you if you met someone, you're like, if everyone had a fucking podcast and you met someone and then you're like, I'm gonna check out that person's podcast. Like, listen to it, and it was like pretty like entertaining. You would want to be friends with that person, right? That'd be pretty cool.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, Facebook is kind of like a shitty written out podcast, I guess, for all your friends and family.
I guess that's
shitty podcast.
one weird way of looking at it.
Oh God,
that makes sense. I do like that analogy. It's a very scripted thing because you ain't getting the real deal on there.
Yeah, it's fucking pathetic. All right, go on.
Speaking of Facebook, real quick, Brandon, will you damn near go and like our Facebook page?
I'll do it right now. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I
yeah,
never like anything or anything on there ever.
But kind of pertains to us. And
it does kind of pertain to us. You're right.
On our show, and you're an admin on there, so you can add stuff too, which I don't foresee you doing.
Come on, if you do anything on Facebook, at least let it be to cater to the Unknown Pod Facebook page, for crying out loud.
I'm going to fucking like it right now.
And you better get on what's the other one? Vero? Better get on Vero.
Yeah, that's right. I deleted that. It's gone.
I still have it. I pop in every other day just to see what's going on. But
that's still pretty damn often.
I don't post anything on there. I just kind of go on and go off because they add it shortly after its inception. There, they had added tracking. So if you open up the app at the bottom, it says how many minutes or whatever you spent in the app that day.
Could use that specifically just to share your Switch thoughts throughout the day. All of your all your shit you want to talk about the Switch. Like, yeah, let me post that on Vero.
We are going to bring. I was thinking about that before the show, since you were going to be on here as a special guest. I wanted to clear the air. Maybe you can share this with our good friend Enz here, because I was listening to, as I mentioned on Twitter, one of your older episodes. I was going back through when you were commenting. It was shortly after, I guess you were on our show earlier on, and you were mentioning my Switch rant, the epic rant of the decades.
Yeah.
And people still don't seem to understand what I was getting so fired up about. I want to try and clear this up real quick for anybody who's new to this.
I can't believe we're still talking about this.
I can't believe he's just now trying to clear this up.
Like 8 episodes of stewing.
I've attempted it, but nobody seems to get it. On your show,
go back and listen to it. It made me. I remember physically being like.
Now I will preface with saying, and like I said on the show, I was hopped up on Fireball. I was feeling good that night, so that just enabled my mouth to gush forward with this nonsense. But
here we go again.
I know you're fucking opening the wound, man. Go ahead.
It's not going to be a half-hour rant on this. I just want to clear it up, and maybe you can pass this along. Maybe Enz is
we're ready.
My whole gripe was no to answer Enz's question. I never even touched the Switch, except last week I went in and touched the Joy-Con in Walmart, and that was it. I didn't play it. I touched it, so I could say I touched it. But my whole premise, I kind of got off topic with the Vita and the PS4 and the Wii U not being able to play everything on it.
Yeah.
But my biggest thing with the Switch, and I'm not saying that it's going to prevent me from getting one in any stretch of imagination, but one of the big things when the Switch launched was I remember seeing a graphic of it. We had third party, we're working with third parties, and they showed all the top companies. There has been, at least to my knowledge, no third party type.
Okay, well, hold on. Fortnite is supposed to announce Switch at E3, and Fortnite's the biggest fucking game in the world right now, so that's pretty big.
But I'll give it that. We're going on what, 2 years now with the Switch?
Dark Souls remastered. It's just been a year. It's been about a year, 2 months.
I really feel. I mean, I see I agree with what you're saying about the third party because there hasn't been much, but Fortnite's a pretty big deal. I feel.
Oh yeah.
I don't like that game, but we'll talk about that in a second. I just want to close the book on the Switch thing.
Yeah.
And I know the big back and forth we had on that episode was, but you don't buy a Nintendo console for third parties. And I completely agree with that. Then why mention my point was why mention the third parties? What if somebody just likes Nintendo and wants to play like the Call of Duties or even the Maddens or stuff they botched that with the Wii U. They did have third party stuff, and then nobody was buying the thing because it was poorly marketed. So all third parties pulled out.
Have you been following the news closely enough to really honestly say there's not like a lot of good third parties out? Because I really haven't, to be completely honest. I don't know.
My concern is where are we on the mod thing now? Is there anything new on that?
We're close. From what I I don't read super closely on it, but I kind of skim through the shit because I'm just waiting on the big post that says,
Here it is.
But, from my understanding, there is a hack being referred to as Atmosphere, I think, and once that's live, like that's the one we're waiting on. But there's already homebrew. You can already put emulators. There's already those are out there if you want to play some old shit on your Switch. I like
putting anything I can put emulators on. Yeah. I want to put emulators on.
Same. I'm with you. So I'll be doing the same shit. Obviously, I got them all on my Wii U and my Wii allegedly. All that, my RetroPie, my original Xbox. Can't have it on enough.
How easy is it on the Switch?
From my understanding, I've read some people are doing this weird thing where they open up the right Joy-Con and there's something you can like tinker with in there. But
I don't want to do that shit.
I don't really want to either, but I will because it sounds like it's pretty basic. But nevertheless, I'm pretty sure this Atmosphere thing is allegedly a soft mod, so we'll see.
Okay, meaning you don't have to do anything to the hardware.
Correct.
Okay, because I thought I heard at first that it was a hardware thing that you had to do.
Yeah, I think originally it was, but I think it's gone as far as I can tell. Again, I'm don't quote me.
Yeah, I got you.
I literally skimmed through the posts. Like, I just can't understand. They get really fucking technical on some of those.
Yeah, I kind of followed some of it on Reddit as well, and like same thing. Like I kind of see it, but it's like. Yeah, but I thought you might know a little bit more than I had.
There are Switch hacks if you want to subscribe to that. That's where I read that shit.
Gotcha.
So anyway,
because if it was a hardware thing, I was like, I'll just fucking drive to Kyle and have him do it because I'm never comfortable.
Definitely do it regardless. So.
Yeah, I'm never comfortable with the hardware stuff.
I feel that.
So
yes, sorry, Smoothie. Yes.
Oh no, that's all right because I wanted to hear that. So. That was it. That's the
third party support. All right, let's see. Hold on. Upcoming Nintendo Switch games with confirmed release dates.
There you go. Kyle researches shit when he talks. We just talk. He looks it up.
Oh, they got Wolfenstein 2 is coming out for the Switch, which is cool.
Hold on, are you guys into the new Fallout thing? Are you excited about the new Fallout game at all?
That sounds. I mean, it's from literally the no information we have. It seems. Yeah. I'm intrigued at the very least. I will check it out. I was saying on our show last week, I've never even played more than like an hour of Fallout. I don't know. Okay. I'm not like super into it, but
just back in 2 years ago, I think I finally beat Fallout 3. I enjoy it, and I picked up the Game of the Year edition of that and New Vegas. And after hearing your podcast when you were talking about the trailer, Kyle, I almost, but it didn't make its way in. I almost started playing New Vegas just because I wanted to play that and then play Fallout 4 and then see what the new one's about. Because I do enjoy the games, but I can also see how you only played like an hour.
Yeah.
And it's until you fully get into it, it's a lot of like, I'm a more straightforward part. Like, give me like a game like Gears of War where you go point A to point B to point C. It kind of holds your. I don't want to have to go
it's
talk.
Overwhelming.
It is. It's a lot to do, and you want to go explore everything and get the most out of the game. But it's like, at the same time, you just want a good narrative. And then,
I mean, I felt like that one at the the very first time I played Oblivion, the very first time I played Skyrim, which are essentially the same fucking game, just in a different setting. So I understand that, and I love those games to death. But the difference between my experience with that and my experience with Fallout is that I've actually powered through that initial hump, that very hard, like, okay, when will I fucking really get this game? You know, when will I start understanding? I actually powered through that shit on those games. I'm sure if I do that with Fallout, I will enjoy them just as much. So I think that's all. That's the only thing stopping me.
And I think that's what it was for me too. Once I finally, sat down and said, "Look, Fallout 4 is out now. This game's been out since like 20 whatever, whenever Fallout 3 released, and it looks like a really good game." And it was because I got it when it came out, but I never touched it aside from maybe an hour or so, making it out of the vault and then saying, "Oh, what the heck?"
Yeah.
But once I got into it and kind of pushed forward, I was good with it. I was good with it.
I mean, I like the Fallout games, but I agree with Kyle that I like the Elder Scroll games way better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I started Oblivion. I never got very far in that. And Skyrim, I didn't get very far in either. And so they're kind of sitting. I do want to revisit them.
Oblivion is a game that is probably like in my top 10 of time that I ever spent playing.
Yeah, I'm the same for me. That's one of the only games I can literally remember a time where I played it from the time I woke up to like the time I went to bed.
Yeah,
that's those kind of games. It's hard for me to do that because it's like, who do I talk to? And
everybody. I mean, everybody in Oblivion. Everybody.
Yeah,
and that's just so
haunting. Yeah, it's unless you're into it, like you're not gonna. I mean, I'm sure you had the same feeling with Fallout at first, but. Yeah, I mean, you got to be. It's got to draw you in, And
it does, and like I said, I plan on going back eventually. But I have so many, like an overflow of games and systems. It's very overwhelming, and most of the time, like I'll sit there, like, all right, nobody will be home, and I'll have a chance to play something, and I'll just sit there, like, what am I going to play? Do I want to play like you guys were talking about on your show, Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask?
Yeah,
I repicked up Ocarina of Time and got further than I had gotten, and now I haven't played it in like a week. So it's like, do I play that or do I play like New Vegas? And 9 times out of 10, I end up just putting in Call of Duty and just going to shoot people on multiplayer.
Yeah, I got like that with a certain point when I was playing Destiny hardcore. I literally didn't play like any other game. I was just so invested in it that every other game felt like I was like, well, why would I play that fucking game when I could go grind for this in Destiny?
I will say too, a lot of it for me is with games. I love the concept of achievements and even trophies on the PS3. That like I'll jump into a game like on the hardest mode because I know that you'll get all the achievements below it for beating it and everything, and spend way too much time going through one game. And after listening to you talk about The Last of Us when you played on easy, I think you said, Kyle.
Yeah.
I was like, maybe I need to start doing that. Just going back and playing them through one easy first, at least to get the story.
That's where I'm at now. Yeah, I'm at the point where it's like, yeah, I'm just gonna do easy because if I don't, I'm gonna get frustrated and I'm not gonna actually get out of it what I want to. So fuck it, easy it is.
I don't have time to replay games. If I'm gonna spend my time playing something, I want to play something that is new, that I want to add to my catalog of games I liked or spent time on. I'd rather do that than replay fucking an old N64 game for the 10th time,
Yeah, and that's so I think moving forward, that's what I'm gonna start to do, and that because I can always go back and replay and I can still get all the other, like little trinkets and like pickups and everything, and just get a guy because I don't really care about that stuff. Like
there's just not enough time in the day anymore for me. That's the hardest part.
Yeah, with like the Call of Duty games, with all like the what are they
like prestige and shit.
Well, no, I'll do that like once at least because I've grown to enjoy multiplayer more just for fun because it's something I can pick up and put down real quick. Like if I even have like 5 minutes, I can jump on, at least play a match and put it down. But no, like with the collectibles and stuff, like I have no problems finding what I can while I'm playing, but then getting a guide and just saying running through on the ultra easy level and everything that I need to get those achievements. And
Yeah,
that,
it feels good to just like run through it. Honestly, like I used to feel like, God, I'm such a bitch for not. I come on, I can do this on normal at least, but anymore, I'm just like, the only way I'm gonna have fun is if I don't die. So let me just I'll play Batman Arkham Asylum on easy. I'll play
That
Wolfenstein.
game has to be on easy. That game's fucking hard.
Yeah, no shit. I had a hard time on easy, so I'm glad I ran through it a second time, and I loved every second of it.
Yes,
I mean,
but it's a hard game for sure.
What more can I say?
So, Smoothie, what's your beef with Fortnite?
I don't like it. I don't know. Maybe I haven't put enough time into it. Maybe like the 10 minutes I played, both on mobile and the thing. I just don't like the whole. Again, it's daunting to me. Like the whole, it's huge.
Yeah.
And you have to like sit and run, and it's a lot of patience, I guess. Like I'm a run and gun, but I tried to play it for the first night, on Xbox the other night, and I was playing it, and whatever it was, I found gun. Like when I was playing on mobile, I could never find a gun right away, so I only had my stupid axe and was getting killed. But like, I found a gun, I'm shooting people, like in the head, and then they shoot me once and I'm dead. I was like, this is crap. So I leave the lobby and start a game, and then I immediately drop in. I'm like going, like literally just touchdown, broke a wall, got this awesome shotgun, and got killed.
Yep.
So like I'm done. I don't got time. I don't. You're either wandering around trying to find somebody to kill or whatever, or you're getting killed like within 2 seconds. So it's not my cup of tea.
Right on.
And maybe I will visit again. Like, if I just give it some time, but it's not.
No, I feel pretty similarly to you, honestly. I understand the craze. I mean, it being free is the biggest selling point. Like, but my kids fucking they don't even play it that. Like, they've played it a few times here and there, but they're more obsessed with just the culture of it than the actual game itself. They all like do the fucking dances. They watch the video and kids doing dances. I was at the baseball field this morning getting Alexa's picture taken, and I just seen like a team of kids like doing Fortnite dance after Fortnite. It was, it's like this weird. It's kind of like when Pokemon Go came out. And you seen everybody fucking standing around catching Pokemon. That's what Fortnite is right now.
Yeah, for sure. It's the biggest thing going right now. I've really enjoyed playing it.
But I know, you've been talking about how you've been playing it on your phone and shit.
I've been playing on the PS4 now too. Me and Taggart's been playing it pretty often on there. And
have you won any matches?
I have been on teams that have won. I'm not good at the game by any means, but I've been on a team that has won that like I didn't contribute to or anything. So, but it says win on the screen. So, but no, I haven't really achieved a win. No.
Okay, I'm just curious. Yeah, I've only legitimately personally played maybe under 10 matches, and it was okay. It's just I have a lot of the same feelings Smoothie does. It's just I feel like I'm playing running simulator.
It's what it seems like to me, and it's even at least with like Call of Duty, it's like a smaller scale. I know different like concept, but you can find somebody to kill. It doesn't take that long to find somebody, and I guess you get more. You get respawns, and like people.
I think it's just like any of those fucking games. You start learning where to spawn in, like where everybody, where the firefight's gonna be, where the good gear is. As soon as you start getting familiar with the map and those,
that's exactly correct. Yes,
I'm sure that adds quite a bit of to the experience.
Yeah, it does.
But I think it's the same. I think that all goes kind of back to the same thing. It's just don't have enough time.
Yeah.
This age, I don't have the time to put into learning all these mechanics. It's like
I'm with you. I'd rather just play. Honestly, if I'm playing games, I'd rather not play like repetitive games at this point anymore. I want to play either a classic that have been wanting to play, or I want to just start knocking out some of my backlog on Steam or something. Just to experience more different games. I want to find my next favorite game.
Yeah, that makes sense. And I'm like kind of in that same boat. Like I haven't. Few and far between. I buy game. Like the last game I bought was the Fractured Butthole. And which I'm almost near the end of it because it came with the Stick of Truth. So I'm almost at the end of the Stick of Truth. And once again, I've walked away from it and haven't gone back. It's kind of sitting in limbo. But I'm trying not to buy any games because I have a huge catalog of games for the 360, for the PS3, And
Well, I mean, we've all got enough games to where we could never buy another game, and we'd still never complete all the games that we have.
Yeah, no shit. I literally have like over 900 games on Steam from buying Humble Bundle.
Jesus Christ.
ridiculous.
It's an obsession, man. I buy almost every single one.
But at the same time, it's very inexpensive for you to do so.
Yeah, I mean, some of them I'll literally just get the dollar tier just to get like a 5. Oh, like those are 5 games I don't have, and I'll usually read people's thoughts on Reddit and shit to see. And every now and then, I really will randomly install one and try it and genuinely have fun with it. So it's kind of like
a lot of those games are fun.
It's like a fun little like grab bag I can reach in from time to time, you know. I just donate a few bucks, and the way I justify it is every time I buy one, you can donate to charity.
Right.
And I always pick the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation and donate it all to charity. So I'm always just donating to charity. It's nice.
Yeah. I always donated it to I get emails from them all the time still, the one that's like fighting the big net neutrality thing. So it's like, at least you're putting it towards something good partially.
Yeah. So it makes me at least, justify. Like, you literally can't get salty if I'm donating $7 to beat the average if it's all going to charity, right?
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's the whole Humble Bundle thing. Like, whoever came up with that whole thing is extremely cool.
Yeah. I think you got me hip to that, man. You posted about the first couple at least.
You sent us all. You gifted us all.
I probably did. Yeah, I did. Yeah.
I forget which one it was, but I remember
maybe the first one.
Yeah, I think it was one of the first ones. Yeah.
And then we did a Howdy Radio where like I bought a bunch of I donated like $21 donations or something, and then we like did a giveaway on Howdy Radio. Like we were trying to give away like the links or something. I don't know, to get people to watch. It probably did not work.
A good idea. Shit. Yeah. Look at the dollar tier.
Which version of Howdy Radio was that?
I don't fucking know. We were on Ustream. I remember that. I don't know. I remember it because I still have an image in my Howdy Inc. folder, like promoting it. Like, we're giving away Humble Bundles on the episode tonight. Tune in. I
remember that. I think I do remember. I think that was when we all did it. When we tried to get a hold of Flavor Flav and this chicken.
I remember that. That was good times.
Yeah, it was right. It had to have been right around that time.
So Vigi games. We covered Vigi games pretty well. Oh, and I do want to say, after listening to your episode last week, you were trying to figure out about Wet, the game Wet.
Yeah, is that a game you've played?
Yeah, I saw it was on like one of the like hidden gems list and everything, and I haven't gotten very far in it, but I did pick it up.
What the fuck is that?
It's an action type game. I forget
what console.
I think it's on PS3 and 360.
Okay.
I have it for the PS3 because
we quickly brought it up because we looked up Bethesda games, and that was a random one that was like made by Bethesda, and I was like, what the fuck is Wet? I never even heard of it.
It's really cool. You're like this chick, and I like really literally only played the very first like part of it, but you do not quick time events. I'm not going to do this justice. I'm maybe completely screwing this up, but like a lot of, we'll say, acrobatics. So like if you go to shoot, it goes in like slow, almost Matrix style, I believe. Yeah. So you can do like flips and shoot, and you have to like, that's how you have to kill them. Everything. It's a pretty cool concept. The game graphically looks cool because I picked that up and I picked Rage up. Like, and again, another one I started, which is a fun game. Didn't get very far in it, but
when did you pick these up? Recently?
No, after my original PS3 died, and then I picked up one of the newer ones, and then I was watching this YouTuber Metal Jesus Rocks. He does all these like hidden gems videos, and cool. he was posting all these ones, and they were like $3, at GameStop, or you can get one of those promotions, buy like 5 for $10.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Just filling it.
I would pick that up. I mean, if you would say it was pretty decent, I would try it out if it was only a few bucks.
What I played of it, like I said, I haven't gotten very far in it, but it's very good. And Rage is good. I can confirm that. I played a little deeper into that, but I stopped. I don't know why I stopped. But
I'll give that shit a shot too. I saw it for $3 the other day at GameStop.
So at this point, it's like building up the catalog, and that's the kind of the spot I'm at as well too, because now I've invested all this money, and like as we sit and talk about the Switch and now even the PS4, it's like because I do want to get a Switch and I do want to get a PS4. It's like which one do I get first?
Yeah.
Two, I'll sit and go in the GameStop app and like put in all my consoles and stuff and see what I'll get. But then I'm like, no, I can't do that because I've done that in the past, like traded in stuff.
Yeah, don't do that. You always regret that.
So I'm not. I'll just save for one or the other. But I'm trying to figure out if I want to switch or if I want to
go with the Switch because it's something different.
It is. I mean, I can do that definitely and use it kind of like Casey as a present, though he doesn't play games as much. But he played Mario Odyssey a little bit. I was like, oh, this is kind of fun. So that could be my. Well, you said it was fun, so I thought you wanted it. So I got for us.
Yeah, that's why we have one. I got one for Tyler's birthday. Same thing.
Yeah, I'm disappointed. It sounds like you haven't played any more Breath of the Wild.
That game it's just like we're talking about with like Fallout and Elder Scrolls and shit. Like I got started on it and I'm like, there ain't no way I'm gonna put the fucking time into this game. So I've just kind of stayed away from it.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Once again, I started that 3 or 4 times. And then the most recent time I finally got off the main island. I got the paraglider, was able to go explore. Yeah. But now it's been a couple months since I touched it. And now I probably have no idea what's going on.
Like part of me is like really glad that like they made Zelda into something like that because that's super cool. But at the same time, like I wish it wasn't so massive because I'd like to play it. Like I played the last ones like on 3DS and those games were great, but it's too much. It's too big. It's too much now.
Yeah, I'm with you. It was overwhelming.
I think my biggest thing, and I think you can agree with, or maybe it was Enz who was saying this when I was listening. I don't like the way the weapons break.
Yeah, that shit is kind of annoying.
Give me,
I don't know, man. Like I specifically remember playing that game and just being like telling myself like this is literally one of the greatest games I've ever played. This shit is amazing.
Visually, it is stunning. I mean, I have it for the Wii U, obviously, and
I had so much fun with it, man. It was like, I mean, I haven't felt that way since I was a child. From when I played that game for the first few days, I couldn't wait to play it. I played it like every second I could.
I think one of the times that I started it, and I think I've done in each iteration when I get to the top, and then the very initial part when I get to the top of the tower, the first tower,
yeah,
where you're there and just looking out, like I would sit and look for like 5 minutes. I was like,
yeah, it's amazing.
Just great job with it. But again,
but yeah, I'm with you guys. I mean, that game is overwhelming. And I made the mistake of not playing it for like a week and I got just too intimidated to even go back. Once
I'll get to it one of these days.
Once I have it on the Switch, I will promise I'll run through it. Definitely. I have to. That's a game like you have to play. You ask me. It's a must play.
I'll get to it.
At least one. It was enough for me to add it to the collection.
Yeah.
To make sure I had.
And then when you get a Switch, then you gotta fucking buy it again, which is bullshit. They should give it to you for free.
There you go. Jump on the rant train. They should. I agree. 100.
No, I didn't actually agree with that. I was just being silly.
Should.
Sorry.
That's silly.
But I'm not going to get into any other rants now.
All right.
Anything else you'd like to rant about? It doesn't even have to be Nintendo. It can be whatever.
No, you like that, don't you? We want to get enough of my rants. We can compile a little thing for YouTube and even the separate bonus episode of the rants.
Shit.
No, I don't have anything.
What the fuck else is going on? Do we got any? What the hell else are we going to talk about here?
Well, I mentioned in the pre-show I wanted to talk a little bit about that Kevin Smith, not documentary.
Yeah, tell me about that.
It was pretty fantastic. I watched that. What was on your Plex, Brandon? Obviously.
Yeah.
Whoa! And I enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and it was pretty cool. He opens the beginning of it saying that he had the heart attack immediately following thing. So it's surreal just sitting there watching that whole time and saying like, was he feeling like pain? Like, did it just come on? Like, like he said, like it's weird to know that moments after that would happen that he would have this heart attack that could have killed him. But
and by watching the show, there was absolutely zero indication of that whatsoever.
No, I was trying to specifically look for like maybe like hints, and the only time I saw something was at the end.
Okay.
Like when he was kind of walking off stage and like came back, like it kind of looked like.
Gotcha.
He was like, wanted to get off the stage, but Kevin Smith, he came back. I don't know if that was.
I can actually chime in on this. He was on Joe Rogan the other day.
I saw that he was, but I haven't listened to it yet. I do want to check it out.
That's a 3-hour show.
Yes, that's why I don't listen to his show, because of the same fucking reason, as I don't have 3 hours to dedicate to that shit.
By the way, if you have Android users, I don't know if it's on iPhone, but Pocket Cast, the app I use, I listen to all my podcasts at 1.3 times.
Oh yeah. You can do that on mine too.
Cool. Highly recommend it. It saves so much time. I've saved literally days worth of my life on podcast. But anyways, he actually chimed in on that. He said that after the show, he was, I forgot some of it, but after the first show, he just started like feeling like short of breath, and he just like sat down, and like they were like, we're calling an ambulance. He's like, no, fuck that. He like didn't want to seem like a pussy, you know? And he's like, no, fuck that, it's all right. And like was eating and drinking and shit. And they finally convinced him to go to the hospital. And he said he was getting really pissed at him at the hospital because they were trying to like cut his shirt, like, and he's like, he didn't want his fat belly to show and shit.
Yeah, he said he's got like a huge like phobia of people seeing him naked. So like he had a really big problem with that part. I heard him say that.
But he tells in pretty great detail exactly what was going on and what they told him and what the doctor said and all that. And I highly recommend listening to it. I mean, if you like Kevin Smith and you can watch his comedy special, you'd definitely like him. He gets emotional. Him and Joe at one point.
Oh, he always does. Kevin cries about everything he talks about.
Well, like Joe kind of starts it by he's talking about one of his old dogs and like how they had to put it down and shit. And then Kevin starts talking about his dog, and they both like have a cool moment and shit. It's interesting, man.
I will for sure listen to it. Did he talk? I'm sure he had to talk about this part since he was talking to Rogan, but he said that the doctors told him that because he smoked a joint before he did the first show, that in a roundabout way saved his life, because he was so calm when the doctors got there to put him in the ambulance and all of that, and that if he would have freaked out, that it could have caused everything to go a lot worse than it did. So like the doctor actually told him like smoking a joint kind of saved your life.
Wow. No. I'll be honest.
I'm really surprised he didn't say that on the Rogan show.
I'm only about 2/3 through it. So maybe he does, but the part
spoiler alert, he might talk about that then.
Cool.
I thought that was cool though.
I'm sure they'll talk about it.
I'll definitely give that a listen on Monday. I think I saw a tweet like late on Friday afternoon that he was on that, and I went and subscribed, because I've never listened to Joe. I know he's one of the bigger podcasts, but I never really listened to him. And
I used to watch his stuff pretty frequently. I'd just like kind of turn it on in the background.
Yeah,
he has really good guests on. He has a really good show. He does a very good job.
Yeah, I mean, he does so many that I can't listen to all of them, but I kind of cherry pick, because I listen to a lot of other podcasts too. But I cherry pick his, and almost every one I listen to I enjoy. There's a few that I just turn off halfway through because I'm like, all right, fuck this person.
That's the one with Maynard, probably.
No, I loved that one. I mean, it's so interesting. Maynard's such a boring fucking dude. And it's interesting, but it's interesting hearing him talk to Joe Rogan, regardless. Yes. It's a weird paradox.
But we're not talking about Joe Rogan at this moment. We're talking about just bringing it back to Kevin, this special real quick, and then we can dance away from it before I forget what I want.
Where did you guys watch that? Where can I find that?
It's on my Plex.
Okay, cool. I'll check it out.
It's definitely worth your time. The stories he tells are fantastic.
Yeah, the dude is a fantastic storyteller, man. He just
watched the first couple evening with Kevin Smith. I really enjoyed it.
If you enjoyed that, then you'll enjoy this. I mean, this is classified as a stand-up comedy special, but it's still just Kevin Smith talking about his wife and his friends and shit for an hour. It's nothing different than he's ever done before.
No, it was it was just stories, but they were good stories, and
Mhm.
I love how he does, and it's been pretty consistent. Like I found, I forget if it was from, it might have been from An Evening with Kevin Smith, one of my favorite like little clips where he talks about like making blogs and stuff when he talks about his dad.
Yeah.
The night, his dad died and everything, but it was cool to see that he still at the end like encourages and says like you can
Mhm.
like it doesn't really take not talent, but it's like just
Yeah.
do it. Like if you want to do a podcast or do it. You can like it doesn't just because he's Kevin Smith doesn't make it exclusive to him. Like
Yeah.
anybody can do it if you
Yeah.
got to do it.
I think he's a very inspirational person when it comes to like doing shit like that or like this. I really think he is. To me, he is.
Absolutely, I'm with you.
Definitely is, and definitely in regards to the podcasting, he's always been one of my bigger influences.
Mhm.
Like one of the, I would consider him like he would be on like the Mount Rushmore of podcasters.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
like Adam
All right, so
Carolla.
yeah, that's a really fun thing. So, all right, 4 people are on the podcast Mount Rushmore. Who are those 4 people? Kevin Smith is one of them, so that's one.
Kevin Smith, Adam Carolla.
Yes.
I would put Joe Rogan on there.
would too,
honestly,
yes.
And
So who's-
probably Mark Maron
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Totally.
for me.
I think that is the correct answer. Smoothie, do you have any that you would interject?
Since I'm very limited in my listening, I would definitely put Kevin Smith up there. Not limited, like selective and everything. I really haven't listened to much of Joe Rogan, but as everything dictates, like from what I see and everything, I would by default put him up there. And I've really never listened to any of Adam Carolla's.
I used to listen to his show religiously,
but I know he's one of the bigger ones, so of course I put him up there. And then
he was a big deal because he was like one of the original guys that went from radio to podcast because he got fired from doing his morning show on radio and went to podcast form instead. And it was like, oh shit, podcaster are kind of cool.
And I would definitely, as the 4th entry, I just definitely put the Howdy Inc. crew.
There you go.
Past and present.
There you go. All of them, all 25 people that's done the show.
Come on, man. We know you're the face of Howdy Inc. It would be
just be the Howdy Inc. logo, which is my face, but still not actually my face.
So you'd have to have 2 with the chugging beers.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, a necessity. But honorable mention, like I would give, like I said, recently, we there's been a cut down on being able to watch videos at work for whatever reason. I don't know why. It's even on your phone, like because that's where I got a lot of my TV show and movie watching. Fine, whatever. So that's kind of forced me to listen to podcasts and
what go do you
do? I work. I used to do help desk stuff, and now I do. I work a lot in SQL and stuff. Do like back end. It's I would say glorified data entry. Like when ops users can't do something on the front end, like I can go around and work in the back end. But I do some reporting and stuff. But I just sit at my desk all day and pretty much keep to myself. So I would watch videos and everything, and it's fine. It wasn't directly aimed at me. Maybe it was. Maybe somebody complained because I'd be watching YouTube or watching a movie, whatever, TV shows. But it's kind of forced me to listen to podcasts and everything, so I haven't had a problem. So I've really started listening, picking up on the podcast. That's why I've been flying through Iconoclash. I've been flying through what the hell else have I been listening to? A couple of different things. How the old Howdy radios, or
tell us what else you listen to. I want to hear what all of you guys listen to.
One of my other favorite ones, well, a couple of them are this podcast called Mixed Feelings Podcast. A couple of girls, and they're pretty, independent, but they're pretty big. It's like they've done shows like in bars or whatever, like live shows.
What's it called?
Mixed Feelings Podcast. It's just funny. It's just 2 girls. They're stoners and just talking about their lives. It's pretty fun. They live in Florida, so they always do like stuff about talking about like Florida news and like Florida people and all the crazy stories that come out of Florida. So I enjoy that, and I just stumbled onto this, and this is the perfect. I have no problem doing it, sitting here doing an hour to 2 hour podcast every week, but I like gosh, I'm talking too much. I like retro stuff. We had, obviously had that episode dedicated to old school stuff, toys, whatever it may be.
Side note, before we went on, you said you had an idea that you had for an episode. Did you want to talk about that on the episode or not on the episode?
Yeah, I will. It's
okay, cool.
Nobody's going to steal it. I mean,
yeah,
they want to steal it. It's something
Yeah.
we never do. But I've been listening to, going back to the retro stuff, like being the age I am, growing up in the 80s and 90s, getting both the best of both worlds in terms of like TV shows and everything. I found this guy, he was recommended on the podcast app. He's the Retroist, like that's what he's called. His episodes are like 22 minutes long.
Oh, that's perfect.
And it's so bingeable. Like and he's been doing this since like 2009. Like these things, I'm like in 2014, so it's like I'm not going to run out of content, but it'll pick like different things and it'll make me go back and revisit stuff. Like he did a whole episode on like I don't know if it was specifically Uncle Buck, but I mentioned like John Candy movies or like movies from the 80s or stuff I never heard of, or like Atari games or even Nintendo games, TV shows. He did one on like
it's like a topic, studies their Wikipedia, and then pretty much does it like a book report in front of the class.
Yeah, he always has a story. Like the first one I listened to, he was talking about laser tag. The original iteration of it. He gives this whole like story. He said like he was in high school. They were, I guess, about to graduate, and he found his old laser tag gun. His buddies had some, and here they were like 16, 17 out at like 10 o'clock during the summer playing laser tag until like 2 o'clock in the morning. So he gives this whole story, but then he talks about where laser tag came from. Like there was a cartoon, I guess, tied to it at some point, and gives like the facts behind it, like who worked on it and different actors. So that's pretty cool. That's one I've been listening to, and I don't know how big or small he is in terms, but the other one is the newer one is Bunny Ears podcast with Macaulay Culkin and Matt Cohen. It's fantastic.
Yeah,
I've heard nothing but good things about that.
It is definitely fantastic to hear this kid from Home Alone, who he's had, from what I know him from, obviously growing up in that time period, but just hearing like a glimpse into his life and seeing now like who he is, it's hilarious. The two of them got a great chemistry. Matt Cohen, as I had said in the previous episode, worked with Kevin Smith
Yeah.
a few years ago, and he had a podcast himself on the Smodcast network. So it's pretty cool, and I enjoy that. That's probably right up there is I look forward to that every week.
At this wrestling thing I'm going to in Chicago in September, they're also doing like a big wrestling convention with like the big show as well. And a part of the convention that they're doing is a podcast convention, because wrestling podcasts are such a big thing. And Macaulay Culkin is a guest at that convention.
Yeah, they're going to, I saw he was mentioned, I saw it on his Twitter or whatever. They're going to be we're doing a live show on that.
Yeah.
They love wrestling. I forget on the one week, it was somebody's brother.
Okay.
He wrestles too, but it's somebody else's, like you would know the other person more, but he's more, I think, more of in the independent circuit.
Gotcha.
Or maybe next wrestler, maybe one of those guys.
Okay. I'll check it out. I need to check that show out because I have heard great things about it.
It's definitely worthwhile. It's what we, it's what we would like. Like they'll talk about wrestling and stuff. Like the last episode, they talked about books. Like they said, well, what are your favorite like books or favorite authors and everything. Here they were talking about like George Orwell and like Animal Farm and stuff, like books I should have in high school.
That's a really good book.
Well, I would have never thought that Macaulay Culkin would inspire me to go, and I went and downloaded the Kindle edition of 1984 and Animal Farm. I'm reading Animal Farm right now, so
I have bought that off of Kindle as well.
It's
I don't read hardly at all. Like it's one of those things that, like I always say I want to do more. And like I haven't read a ton of books in my life, but Animal Farm and 1984 is like two of my favorites.
I've never
especially
heard of
1984. I couldn't do like an all book episode. Like we could do like a 5-minute book segment, but that would be about as far as I'd be able to go with it.
No, they love it. It's great to hear like
Yeah.
they're talking about all this stuff. And Matt Cohen mentioned, I think it was Matt Cohen, this book by Mark Twain. It's I forget what the name of it is, but it's kind of it just seems like such a cool concept. Not concept. It was like based on fact. Like back when he was around, him and some buddies, like they were things were not as like regulated, let's say, or whatever. So they would go to like different like things like the pyramids or like different like temples or thing, like famous like landmarks, like steel pieces of wall and stuff where they could get, like and they document it all. So it's like a bunch of buddies going out and doing all this crazy stuff, and one of them be Mark Twain. I want to read that too. I forget what the title of it is, but it's definitely something interesting. So
I need another beer. You want to do our little half break thing?
Yeah, let's do that. Let me get this up here. It's definitely time. My voice is getting a little raspy here. So
you need another fireball.
I don't have any more.
Oh, that's right.
I can do some Jack. We can do some.
There you go.
If you want to start the second half with another shot, we can do that.
I'm good with that.
All right, we'll do that. So stick around. We are going to go refresh our drinks and apparently do another shot. But right now, we'll leave you with these words from our good friends at Howdy Inc.
So professional.
I try and make it. It's good because then I can cut it off when I'm doing the editing. So I know where to go. So we have 2 viewers. So hello to 2 people watching. No name. Hello.
What's up?
Somebody says no name. It says hello, no name. Whoever you are. We're taking a break right now. Stick around. We got more shenanigans coming your way. So we're gonna go do that right now. The audio part's already been paused. This is just for the live stream, so no obligation. So. You stay right there, Kyle. You look good.
Got it. I'll be here.
I'm trying to tell you this all night. I'm trying to tell you this all night. Yes. That's how you are. That will go better. I lose you. What you have? Yeah, what you have? Because you whipped it and it came straight towards my hands.
All right, we're going back on.
Telling me to be quiet then.
Yep.
Welcome back.
What up? Got a different beer too.
I have the other Voodoo Ranger one here.
All right, then.
All right. So we are going to go back here in a second. We're gonna. We never finished talking about the special. We kind of got sidetracked in the podcasting.
About the what?
About the Kevin Smith special. So I'm going to just.
Oh, okay.
There's one part I want to mention, and then we'll put a nail on it, and then we'll go from there. I want one of the parts I found funny.
Cool.
Let me take a drink of water here.
That was amazing.
All right, here we go. All right, let us do this. I'm going to unpause, and we'll give our usual 5 seconds, and then I'll bring it back in. Hey, we are back here. We've all refreshed our drinks, and apparently we were going to be doing another shot to start this off. Kyle, are you going to do another shot with us?
Yep, I got it ready to go.
All right, here we go. So mine is just some standard old Jack Daniels this time. I had sitting around. So it's
Nothing wrong with that.
It's probably going to hurt a little more than the Fireball, but
It will for sure.
Here we go. Cheers.
Cheers. And to contribute to the what are you drinking thread, I'm switching to Stone Delicious IPA.
The good old what are you drinking thread.
Yes.
I'm drinking another Voodoo Ranger. This one's the 8-hop pale ale. This is lower alcohol per volume. This is only 5.5, but it's equally as delicious.
I've gone up. This one's 7.7.
See that? Or
Oh, I didn't tell you what mine was. Let me see. I don't think no, it says. Is it supposed to say?
It's like a pissing contest of who has the biggest
Mine's
ABV
definitely
every
not
week.
full. Mine's probably regular, like 3 or 4.
Yeah,
But-
yours probably is. Lagers usually aren't very much.
I am going to switch to this platform beer company, Highbrow
Yeah.
Barista.
What's the name of it? I've never had that one. Okay.
Platform, it says it's
Yeah.
it has Ohio on it as well.
Yeah. All right. So they're in Cleveland is where they are.
Yeah. It does say Cleveland.
So I work at a bar across the street from my house.
Mhm.
And one of our regular customers who's there damn near as many hours a week as I am, his son works for Platform.
Oh,
So
cool.
he just came in not too long ago and brought us a sample of a bunch of their different beers because he wanted us to start selling his beers at our bar. So we
Cool.
tried a bunch of them and they were all really good. That one wasn't one of them though, but they were all
Yeah.
really good. And now we carry a couple of their beers because they were really good.
I actually have 2 of them here because I don't know who left these here, but I have 2 different ones. I'm going to try this one because it sounds more interesting. But this platform highbrow barista, it says coffee rye pale ale. It says dry bean spicy rye crisp finish.
I bet you it's good. Everything else was good. I bet that will be good. What's the other one?
Oh yeah, the other one is excuse me. Elevated Hop Ramble small batch IPA series.
All right. Also, not one of the ones that he brought in for me to try.
Can you hold up the other can again? Some pretty cool can designs there. Like,
Mhm.
very simple, but they're very.
So that light bulb looking thing on the middle of it there, the tap handle for the beer that we got in of them is like a big light bulb, like shaped like a fucking light bulb. It's the coolest tap handle I've ever seen in my life.
That is cool. All right, let's try it out.
That's cool that that's what you're trying because like we just had all that happen at work like a week or 2 ago.
That's different.
Have you ever had a coffee flavored beer before?
I don't think I have.
Yeah. I've had a couple that I like, a couple that are terrible.
I like that. I honestly am not a huge like beer drinker. Like I like trying different kinds and I like beers that have cool tastes and shit.
Are you a coffee drinker?
I am.
See, I'm not a coffee drinker, so
I don't I like putting shit in my coffee though. I'm not a black coffee drinker. I can't do that shit.
Good.
But
never coffee drinker, Smoothie?
Yeah, oh yeah. Heck yeah. I drink I like it black and I like it with something. More recently I've been adding creamer and everything. I don't typically do sugar unless I go to like Dunkin' Donuts or a local coffee shop here because I have a hard time getting the right aspect ratio down. Like there's certain, like I'm not a big fan of Starbucks. Like their coffee. I like their different drinks or whatever, but I don't see what's so special about the coffee. And then you have to put your own cream and sugar in it. But if I'm getting something with cream and sugar in it, like Dunkin' Donuts and this local place by us called Yum Yums, like they have like the perfect ratios down, and like it's a good combination. It makes it taste delicious. But typically I just use some creamer in my coffee, in the bottom, pour it in some like flavored creamer to give this the sweet taste.
I have like this liquid sugar, liquid stevia shit. I squirt in mine, and then we also get these dollar sugar-free syrups from the Dollar Tree. I got one that's hazelnut. It is the fucking shit. I just like do like a little bloop, and that shit is.
So like, I see your wife posting about like some crazy diet shit that she does, right?
Well, yeah, we both do it.
That was my question. Like, do you all do it, or is it just a her thing?
Yeah, it's me and her. We back in November we started committing to a ketogenic diet, which is essentially just cutting out all sugar, all carbs, and essentially making it so that your body doesn't rely on burning sugar carbs for your fuel, and instead it burns like straight fat. That's the idea.
What about all the shit that you're drinking tonight, or is it like break night?
No, it's way off night. Yeah, this shit is like, I mean, this fucking can right here, it doesn't even say how many carbs it is. I'm glad because I'd probably be a.
Did you ever think you'd be a person that like would say those words? Like,
no, I've been doing it for, over 6 months now. Shit, but
I'm very intrigued by it because like I'm well aware that like I need to do something like that.
I thought it would be way harder than it is. I'll be honest. Yeah. That's the main reason I've never really tried any type of diet. Like, I don't even like calling it a diet. I like just telling, like, when my kids, they even say like, "Oh, it's not good for your diet" or whatever. I'm like, it's just the way I eat now. That's just
a lifestyle change. It's not a diet.
Essentially, yeah. So, I mean, being a cable guy, I don't really have the luxury of like keeping a fucking lunch in my hot truck all day and shit like that. So I'm typically eating out, but I find, if I have to eat out, I'll get a fucking bunless burger, and every restaurant does it and they're cool with it and they do it easily. it fucking works out great, and I'm completely
I
happy with it.
flip burgers for a living, and like more and more we get the no bun orders now.
Yep, that's the way to
And I
go.
think to myself, like, you're eating like complete shit. Like, you're eating all these greasy ass burgers, but no bun. But like,
Right. It's weird because after listening to Kevin Smith, to get back to him,
yeah, talk about inspiring again. Like now, I feel like I'm on the verge of like Kevin Smith inspiring me to like make a fucking diet change now.
I mean, I think everyone should like at least look at what they're eating and read some shit. I mean, most of the shit I know I've listened by hearing, or I know by listening to people on Joe Rogan, like dietitians and doctors and way smarter people about it than me. But you know, that's kind of what it pushed me to do that. I still don't fucking work out or you know, whatever, but whatever.
Yeah, no,
I was curious.
I've been in kind of a slump. Those of you who followed me, like specific guys, like last year, I was all about the running and the eating well. I dropped like 50 some pounds.
Yeah, man. On that shit, man.
I love seeing all your posts every day. I mean,
yeah,
totally. And that's kind of went to the wayside. It's been a tough. And I had completed. I was doing a challenge through my app.
I keep waiting for you to draw a penis in your route.
I know, me too. I've been waiting for that for years.
I'll have to look and extensively plan that out.
I'm gonna start with a small penis if you need.
That's probably what it's at this point. That's probably what it's going to be. I went running this morning, and I only did three or so miles, and it was.
Oh, come on, that's still good though.
I mean,
those are rookie numbers. Come on.
Oh, whatever. Like if I could do 3 miles, I feel like doing a lot. Doing better than I am now.
I'm kidding.
I think a lot of it is. I mean, just getting out there and doing it is huge for anybody. And but for me, it's always tough. It's like because when I look at where I was last year at this time versus now, it's like complete opposite ends of the spectrum. Like when I was trying to cram in for the challenge to hit 1,017K. By the end of 2017, like I ran 2 days in a row.
Yeah.
I ran 9 miles. You know, it hurt, but like it wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
It was in the dead of winter, beard freezing and everything, had icicles growing in my beard.
Yeah.
And then today, after running 3 miles, I was like, oh, am I almost home yet?
Yeah. Get back into it, man. Do it.
And I'm trying to.
Fucking do it.
You know, my wife is about, you know, she's not going to, but she's like, you know, you were looking so hot and now you're getting fat.
Yeah, come on, man.
And I am. I look in the mirror too. I was like, what the hell?
I know. The other on Memorial Day, like as a family, we all went to the park, and I'm always the guy that takes pictures. Always. Like I'm never in the fucking pictures because I'm the guy that takes all the pictures. So we were playing with my niece, and I fucking love playing with my niece. So I handed my phone to Liz, and I was like, take some goddamn pictures of me playing with this kid. And she did. And then like I saw the pictures and I was like, holy fuck, I'm way fucking fatter than I've ever fucking been before. And it was like I never actually like really kind of see it from that way.
Well, what's weird is like I mean,
I gotta fucking do something about it.
I used to weigh like about 50 pounds more than I currently do at one point, and like the whole time I didn't really think I was like even chubby or chunky or whatever. But what's weird is like now though, when I look back at those pictures just from a couple of years ago, it is pretty like weird being like, wow, like I look at myself every fucking day, so I don't really notice like the drastic change. But especially when people start telling you like, man, you lost weight, like it's a weird like self-conscious feeling that I've never had.
Yeah,
but
totally.
But I mean, I didn't do it as like a weight loss thing. I honestly didn't give a fuck. I mean, I was fine with where I was. I'm married. I don't give a shit. But I wanted to just see how I would feel, and especially if Tara was doing it, I was like, "Fuck it, I'll do it with you." You know, why not? And it's worked out for me. I highly recommend it. I mean, it's something to try. I still eat bacon and eggs and fucking. We make big ass fat ass omelets like almost every day. We make keto pancakes pretty often. We still eat chicken and we bread it with pork rinds and shit. It's the bomb, man. We eat meat.
God, pork rinds are like the most fucking disgusting thing in the world.
Well, if you don't, speaking of which, got some pork rinds.
Oh God,
they aren't the Clancy's.
Yeah, these aren't Clancy's. They're Kroger's. Tara hooked me up with a big bag from Kroger though, but Clancy's are the bomb. But I mean, I honestly have never ate pork rinds and liked them ever in my entire life. And then I tried them again, like as an adult, like since we started doing this shit, and I fucking smash those pork rinds.
Yeah. We sell them at work, and it's like my least favorite thing to fucking make.
You need the regular ass pork rinds do not really taste good. You need to get either barbecue or hot and spicy, and they're good.
At work, we do them. We make them, and we put the Grippo seasoning on them.
Oh, God damn it! I was slam on those.
No, like I like the Grippo seasoning, but I do not like pork rinds.
Ah, damn.
I do. I have to get the Aldi and try out the Clancy's ones.
Clancy's hot and spicy pork rinds. Shout out to Clancy's. Keeping it real.
Which I am impressed for like years. Like I enjoy going to Aldi to shop and everything, but I always added an S to it, Aldi's, and I like consistently always say Aldi. You don't add yes.
We say Kroger's here. We say Kroger's or Myers. Myers. You know,
it's. I was just a little short thing, but yeah. So we're trying to eat good, I guess, and
hell yeah.
I put on weight, and when I was speaking to my wife, I just wanted to real quick go back to our discussion on that last Kevin Smith thing. That'll just be the last point of that. My favorite part was when he was telling the story about the balcony, Brandon.
Yes, for sure.
And what he had done between shows and everything.
Yes.
And I just was very ecstatic. And when he said that, she said, if she really said that, get on the bed and take your jorts off.
Yes. I forgot about that. Yes.
Team jorts all the way.
Yeah. Kevin Smith has been the king of jorts for as long as John Cena has.
I forgot John Cena even more. I wasn't putting him in that.
Dude, I was listening to your guys' podcast a couple weeks ago, and like Billy was like, my wife told me I can't have those jorts anymore. And Brandon was like, good. It should be.
And again, that's a Kevin Smith inspired thing. So
I was like, damn, there's some fucking jorts hating up at this bitch. I did get rid of all my jorts like 2 years ago, though. I heard all the hate on it. I was like, I cannot be the guy that wears jorts. It's gotta go.
I mean, honestly, they're really not that fucking bad. I don't know why there really is the hate on them, but there is.
I used to have a bunch of jorts I fucking loved. I had some with green.
Yeah, I did too.
But what? Yeah, that's a good. When did it change? Like, I don't know when it became such an offensive thing. Like, I remember like probably about 10 years or so now. We used to go down the shore, down to the beach for Memorial Day. My buddy, post or pre-kids and everything. And I remember I had a pair of jorts on. They pointed it out. It's like, but what's wrong with jorts all of a sudden? Like, that's what you wore. I mean, I'm not wearing cutoffs. I'm not taking my Levi dungarees and
cutoffs are more acceptable than jorts are now.
Dude, all I wear now are like fucking fabric polyester bullshit jorts. Like the ones I wear now, I'm wearing literally just because they have zipper pockets, and I love it.
I'm just wearing some cheap ass old fucking navy shorts that I really fucking hate, but whatever.
Really fucking hate, but you're wearing them right now.
I can't find a short style that I like.
Yeah.
I'd rather wear jeans all the fucking time, but this goddamn summertime bullshit forces me to wear shorts.
Dude, Tara got me my first pair of skinny jeans. Like, I put them on. I was like, because I've always been like a baggy jeans kind of guy.
Oh yeah, me too.
And like I put on these skinny jeans, I was like, it felt weird, really weird. I was like, oh man, I don't know if I could do this. And now they're my favorite jeans.
Yeah.
I won't go as far to say as I have skinny jeans.
Yeah.
Whatever, but when I did lose the weight, and I'm still at least, and my wife likes to say because they're stretched out, that I know I put weight on, but when I did lose the weight, I went out and got some new jeans, the Wranglers that I was talking about. But I got 2 pairs. I believe they're the same style, but one fits like tighter than the other, and I enjoy the tighter ones. Like, strictly, a baggy like person.
I used to wear super baggy clothes all the time. Like, I mean, like I'd wear 3 like during the ICP days, it was like 3X t-shirts and shit.
I wore XL shirts and shit. I'm fucking 5.
Yeah. But my favorite pair of jeans that I have now is my skinniest pair of Old Navy jeans that I own.
It's weird, man. Like,
that's another thing that's just not acceptable anymore. Like the big, like jorts and and big baggy pants. Like it's just not. You
Yeah,
don't do
I attribute. So, I mean, don't get me wrong.
Which
I
is
still like to
whatever.
say I don't give a fuck about what I wear, but I mean, I kind of do.
Yeah, but you kind of do. Yeah.
But then again, I mean, I wear literally like dumbass like graphic tees like almost
Yeah.
every day.
Yeah, I'm rock and roll t-shirt every fucking day. Yeah.
For me, t-shirts and jeans, whatever.
Mhm.
Sure.
But I'm wearing socks and slides like most of the time. Like anymore, like around the house, fucking outside. I don't give a fuck anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, we're all married, so we're past the state caring about
Yeah.
the whole thing.
I did recently have to buy some nice clothes. Like I literally didn't own like a nice shirt, like a shirt that I could wear to like a new job. I'm literally getting a new job, and I did not have a shirt I could wear to. I had to go buy some from the thrift store, which, by the way, it's a new place I buy my clothes.
That's when I first lost the weight. Like instead of investing all this money until to make sure or whatever, I would buy like the one thrift store by us every third Friday. They have half off, and I've talked about this on the show before because I usually go and like get like 25 like DVDs for $1, and add my hoarding collection. But like the same thing for the clothes, and I got like 3 like pairs of jeans, like shirts and stuff for like $14-15. Crazy. I have no problems buying.
Most of my wardrobe is from the fucking thrift store nowadays, man. That's where
I'm perfectly cool with thrift store minus the t-shirts. Like I have to have cool t-shirts, and like that does not happen at the thrift store.
I've found at least 10 cool t-shirts that I actually genuinely like at the thrift store.
I've never found any cool t-shirts.
Yeah.
Like, I've looked, for it.
I don't know. I have a shirt that says it says the Tonight Show with Conan O'Brien. It's like an official Tonight Show t-shirt. I got it from the fucking thrift store for $1.
See, I've never found that at a thrift store.
Yeah, that's like my favorite shirt. I love it.
And like I like wearing shit of like the bands I like. So I mean, you gotta. That's where the most money on my wardrobe is spent at merch booths.
True that.
That can get very pricey though.
Yeah, GameStop t-shirts is where a lot of my t-shirts come from too.
Yeah,
a lot of mine have come from Walmart, but I go to like the Batman and like the.
Dude, I like Walmart. Walmart actually has a decent like graphic tee selection. Honestly, like people shit on them for their clothes and stuff, but I mean, I all of my work pants come from they're like some rank. By the way, here's the game changer on my pant game. By the way, every jeans you need to go buy. Girls aren't the only fucking ones who should be able to have stretch pants. Okay, the fucking stretch jeans for dudes are the shit.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Dude, get the stretch jeans. Like whatever size. I mean, it still comes in your size. You buy your size, but the band is like slightly stretchy and like the fabric is a little stretchy. And I
had no idea that was a thing.
It's fucking great. Like all my work pants I use were all like these stretch like khaki look like Docker looking motherfuckers, and I love them. They're the shit. Highly recommend. My skinny jeans are stretch jeans. I love them.
Okay.
Right.
Check it out.
Because like Liz switched to like all stretch stuff.
Dude, it's where it's at.
And I'm a little jealous that she got all the stretch stuff.
It really is a game changer. I'm not
believe how much we talked about clothes on this episode.
Every jeans I go buy brand new, I'm especially gonna buy stretch jeans. That's where it's at.
All right. I'm gonna have to look into this.
Hashtag stretch jeans.
Oh, and get some comfy.
Name of the episode is hashtag stretch jeans.
Yeah.
Can somebody write that down so we remember it when I go to fucking upload this shit?
Hashtag stretch jeans.
Can we write out hashtag, or do we want to actually put a hashtag?
I like the word hashtag personally.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
But also last thing I'll talk about fashion wise, I highly recommend comfy socks. Like don't fuck around with those 10 in a pack socks. Don't get me wrong, the socks I'm wearing right now are from Five Below, and they're kind of like, thin, which I like. But anyways, I got a pair of like socks that are like nice and comfy on the bottom. They're amazing. Like I wish I could wear them every day, but I can't. But
yeah, I bought for my work socks, I just bought like a nice pair of socks for work socks, and like they are really fucking nice compared to the regular ones that I wear.
I feel so good when I put it on. I just walk around the house and feel like a fucking king wearing my comfy socks.
Typically for me, I just wear the 10-pack socks, like the standard ones and everything. But like when I go like hiking and everything, I have nicer pairs.
Hell yeah.
For certain things, and they definitely do make a difference. But for my everyday,
I hear Darn Tough socks are the shit, but I want to get me a pair. They're called Darn Tough. But
Side note, hiking just reminded me that next weekend we're camping, so I can't do the show next weekend.
oh,
Scott possibly can't do the
There
show.
you go. So, hey, we got 3 weeks in a row.
So I might get a little crazy and do a solo one at some
There
point.
you go.
Surprise! I might not be live, but I might just do a solo one.
get you and Aaron. Maybe Aaron's free.
Yeah, Taggart probably do it if you want him to do it.
That's Taggart's fine. Aaron, he doesn't. He needs to get his microphone stuff.
You're right. He does. Like everybody else has, like,
We love you, Aaron. We do.
yeah. But come on,
The
especially
worst part is that guy's
this-
like a podcast veteran.
right, and he says he's got the gear. Like, hook it up.
It's somebody else's house or something, and
Yeah, right. Go get your shit and hook it up,
it's. I mean,
or not. Whatever. I don't care.
yeah, no, we still love you, Aaron.
Of course, he's welcome on the show at any point, but hook your shit up. He's like, fuck them guys. No, I ain't doing their shit. They're all fucking talking shit about me.
He still hasn't released any podcasts. He was supposed to release It Was Aliens.
Yeah,
Did he ever release one of those? I like the page and everything.
a couple of
There's
them.
There's like 3 episodes, I think, but he said he
Yeah.
had like 10 recorded, and he was gonna put them on Patreon or some shit.
Yes, that is exactly what he said. And I liked the concept. I thought it was a really cool
I
concept.
know. Me too. Did you listen to Horror Dork?
No, I did not.
I've listened.
Good. I loved it.
See, here's my problem. Like we kind of talked about this in our little Twitter chat the other night about the amount of time that you put into podcasts. Like I wish I could listen to podcast at work, but like with me, like I work in a kitchen and a bar, and like essentially like when I crank my music, like the whole fucking bar, the whole restaurant can hear my music. So like I can't listen to podcasts. Like it's just not the time and place to be able to do that.
Well, crank the Unknown podcast for starters.
Everybody would be like, "What in the fuck are you doing?" I've listened to the same fucking music for 5 years since I've been there.
That's right. Well, that's why you switch it up to a podcast, and they'll be like, "Holy shit, these guys are awesome!" Like, oh yeah, I love these guys. I don't even know. Who they
Only
are.
reason I listen to
Exactly. And then our shit will take off, and we'll be superstars.
I'm in the truck like 4 hours a fucking day, it seems. So that's all I listen to so many podcasts.
That's typically like how I am. Like I'll listen to on the way to work, coming home from work, and then like the whole work day, I'll listen to the longer podcasts and everything. And I I've like I said, because of the video thing, I'm glad that I am. What the hell am I talking? I don't even know what I'm talking about.
I don't know.
Oh, I was
That's what happens when you have 2 shots in one show.
I lost my train of thought.
Real quick, you were talking about podcasts. I just want to throw it out there. My favorite podcast, it isn't even Joe Rogan. I like my favorite podcasts are podcasts called Kill Tony and another podcast called Doug Loves Movies. Best podcast out there.
Heard of Doug Loves the Movie? I don't think I've ever listened. I've heard that name sentence.
Yeah, I've listened to that a few times.
They're both live podcasts, but Kill Tony is another. Kill Tony is stars Tony Hinchcliffe, which is like a friend of Joe Rogan and all them. But he does a show where he does live at the Comedy Store where people sign up and they get 1 minute of stage. He pulls them out of a bucket. They get 1 minute of stage time to come do comedy, and then they do their mostly shitty comedy. Then he like kind of pretty much roasts some, and then like kind of asks some questions and like usually gets some pretty funny info out of him. And he usually has like an actual comedian as a guest, and they make fun of him too. And then he has like a band and shit. It's really fucking funny. It's like the funniest shit I listen to. So highly recommend it. Just throwing it out there.
Right on.
What were we talking about? Oh, getting famous and stuff from you playing our podcast at the bar.
Oh yeah.
What the? Oh, you got that. That's right. You're bringing that up.
What is that? Super Trooper?
Yeah, Super Troopers.
I think more importantly than the actual figure, and that's a regular full size pop, right?
Yeah.
All right, hold it up again while you talk, so that way we can talk, so I can actually see it.
Oh, you want me to talk? Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
What if you click on somebody's face?
Oh yeah, I can see it that way too. I don't know how it comes from the stream, but that was awesome. But the best part about that picture, when I looked at it a second time, was seeing your face in the reflection of the. Did you notice that your face?
Yeah. It was very much done on purpose. Yes.
That was fantastic.
I'm glad you noticed it. That's awesome. I didn't notice it, or I don't remember I don't think I noticed it. Lane was standing there as I was taking the picture, and then he was like, just do something stupid so like people can see it or something. So I did.
That was fantastic. I saw it twice, and then I was like, ah.
I thought I was going to get the whole set. I pre-ordered 3 of them. Oh, people that are listening have no idea what's happening. I just held up my new Super Troopers Funko Pop. But I thought I was going to get the whole set, but that was the only one that came in today. And the rest of them have not shipped yet. So I guess I'll get them later.
Do you have a lot of pops?
I mean, no. Compared to like people that have a lot of pops, like no, I certainly do not. Like, I mean, I have like 25, 30, maybe 25 or so of them. I haven't bought many lately.
Well, I mean, I would call that a lot of pops, 25 or 30 pops. I mean,
I know, but I follow a lot of that type of shit on Instagram and stuff. And like compared to like those dudes, like no, I don't have a lot.
I probably have. I maybe max out at 50, but I mean,
I have 5.
Yeah, everybody has some, right?
I bought a lot on clearance. I got some in my loot crates and shit. The only set that I actually bought, like I actually pre-ordered and bought the whole set, was the Mega Man pops. But
there's so damn many of them.
There's so many, and like now, like going back when I see ones that maybe are older, more pricier now, it's like, damn, why didn't I pick them up?
Yeah.
But I have like little, when I see ones I like I want to get the horror ones. A buddy of mine, Michael Myers.
Cool.
I have Michael Myers. I have Flash from, what the heck's that movie? The Disney movie.
Justice League? Oh.
No, Flash, the sloth.
Incredibles? Zootopia.
Zootopia. I have him because I love sloths. They're animals.
Cool.
So I picked him up, and I have right here. They're just because they're by me.
Yeah, I have all mine on my computer desk as well.
Right, everybody show your coolest pop then.
I have Green Arrow.
Oh, cool.
And Felicity. I love this pop. And I love
cool. I've never watched Arrow. That's cool.
Yeah, no, I enjoy that show. I haven't watched it in a little going through on.
Oh, you got Pickle Rick pop. Yeah. Hell yeah.
I think Pickle Rick is probably my favorite one that I have.
Damn, I want a Pickle Rick. God damn it, that's cool. You're an out of box pop guy too. I like it.
Kelly Kapowski too, maybe.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's sweet. Fuck it. I want Pickle Rick so bad. Oh, here, I'll show you my favorite one.
Yeah, I've pre-ordered a couple lately. My buddy Taggart, like, he turned me on to bigbadtoystore.com. So like if I see like Funko, like if they tweet like a new one that like they've just announced, as soon as they announce it, they'll put it up for pre-order on Big Bad Toy Store. So you can just go on there and pre-order it. They don't charge you until they ship it. And then at least you're guaranteed to get it. You don't have to go to the store and look for it. So
do me a favor and put that link in when you get a chance in the chat.
Okay.
Put a chat.
That's what I did. Like with the Super Trooper ones, like as soon as that they tweeted out about the Super Troopers one, is like, I know that I want all 3 of those. So I went on there and I clicked one for each one of them, and then they charge me and then they ship them.
Oh, you like pre-order them?
Yeah. I mean, it makes it so much easier because sometimes like they're hard to find the like certain ones that you want to get.
Yeah.
Some of them are like certain stores and shit, but if you pre-order them through this site, like you're guaranteed to get it.
Can you pre-order like chases and stuff through that? That'd be cool.
Pre-order what? Say that again.
Like the chase pops.
I don't know what those are. What are those?
Oh, that's what I was gonna show you. I have one. The only one I have is this Morty one. That's a chase. See the little sticker?
Yeah. Okay.
That just says like it's a chase. It's like the rare one. Like
okay.
They make like a normal one and then the chase one that you can only find like if you get lucky or whatever. This is the only one I have, but that's my favorite one. But I didn't know if you could pre-order chase ones. That would be pretty cool.
I'm not sure if you can. I wasn't.
Like 1 out of 6.
I didn't even know that was a thing. Big Bad Toy Store is where I've pre-ordered all of my shit through.
Cool. I'll look into that. It's funny too. Like every time I go to a fucking store that sells pops, every single fucking time you go to the store, there's 55,000 new ones that you've never seen before.
I know. It's ridiculous.
God damn, they're making pops out of this now? Holy shit, that's cool.
Yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ, I feel bad for collectors.
I wish that they would put, like, especially at GameStop, I wish they would put them like sideways or something. Like I hate trying to pull them out to try and see what's behind. Like I wish there was an easy way to see which ones were there. So
I know it's a pain in the ass.
And every fucking store has exclusives. Everybody does. I was looking at them at Walgreens last night, and there was a Shawn Michaels Walgreens exclusive.
Who's getting that? Come on.
It was a really. I almost fucking bought it. It was a really good one.
BK or
Say what?
So annoying.
Shawn? You said Shawn Michaels, right?
Yeah.
Heartbreak Kid.
It was a Heartbreak Kid one. Yeah.
Okay.
It was the outfit was awesome. Like it looked perfect. It was really cool.
Maybe it was the Rockers one or.
Oh,
No, it wasn't the Rockers one. It was after that.
You guys have Toys R Us where you are?
Yeah.
I do, yeah.
They're going out of business. I went to one like last week. Everything was 50% off. All their pops were. They didn't have a whole crazy selection. It was mostly like 400 of the same pop, but
yeah,
they did have some cool ones. Like if you are into pops, you can get some for like $5.
I need to check it out because I've been wanting to get into, and I never know if I'm saying it right. NECA, NECA, NECA. I think that's how it is. The brand.
Talking about. I don't know if you're saying
figures.
Yeah, like they make like some really fucking cool action figures, and I know Toys R Us sells them. Do what?
The zombie ones and like the.
They're like they make like horror movie ones like Jason and Michael Myers, and they do like Ninja Turtles and shit.
Okay. Yeah, I think I've seen their toys before. When I was at Toys R Us, I literally wanted to spend like $500 there because everything was half off, and it was. I mean, they had all of that shit. You know what I mean?
I heard that their going out of business sale was going to be bullshit. That they were marking everything up to like really high amounts and then discounting from there or whatever. So it's cool you found good deals. I'll check it out.
I mean, the accessories for your games, every fucking thing, dude. It was. I mean, I think this week it moved to 60% off. Highly recommend checking it out.
This week, I'll go back and maybe check because my son and I we went like a few weeks back. Actually, today I got Stick of Truth, or Fractured Butthole, because they had first announced it, but nothing was like. It was like, oh, this is
10 or 20% off. I get.
It was like $14.95 now, $13.98. I was like, this isn't. What am I here for?
Same thing, but now, I mean, if you have one near you, I'd recommend checking it out now. I mean,
I got one 10 minutes away.
Next week it'll probably be 75% off if you wait, but
it's like that. Then you get to like the very bare.
Yeah, then there ain't nothing left.
They'll be able to.
Now's the time, man. If you got some $100 sitting around, you could easily drop it in there.
There's people that like watch that stuff and are on top of it. I remember I guess it was the Wall. Was it the Wall? Not the Wall. What's the other record store like chain one? Sam Goody's not around anymore, right?
No, Sam Goody's out of business. Yeah.
It must have been them. I remember they were going out of business and went to the mall and like I found a couple of CDs like Frank Sinatra CDs and everything. Got my money's worth, but everything was gone. But it's like you got to be on top of that stuff. If you're one of those people who follow that and are on top of it and can get there, it's like
and now there's all these Facebook groups about good deals and shit, and like they're all posting about like when to go buy. Like on Reddit, like I follow like good Xbox deals and shit like that. Like it's a good idea to do so.
It's good. Cheap ass gamers are good. So I'm just free plug to them. Because back like when we were talking about earlier, like achievements and everything, my buddy he put me onto that like back in like 2008 and everything. It was so nice, like seeing like all these games for like $10 at like Best Buy and everything. It's like, oh, go get this one or whatever, and like multiplayers, like go get it, we'll play it together, we'll grind through those achievements and everything. And it's to be in the know and be able to like have access to it and be able to get to it when that is actually happening. It's like very important. But I'll definitely try and get to Toys R Us this week coming up and see if I can find anything worth a damn. Because I did see, like I said, I saw these awesome. There were a couple like horror figure, action figures, and whatever, but they were still like it wasn't worthwhile. It's like I'm not spending, this kind of money here.
I feel that
those NECA ones are super damn cool. Like they're super realistic. It's crazy how real they look. They're expensive. They're not cheap.
That's how I can't buy like $20 for a fucking action figure.
Yeah, they're at least that. I ended up in a Barnes and Nobles a couple months ago. Yeah, which had been a while since I had been in there. And they had like a really cool toy selection, surprisingly. And they had like these Ninja Turtle figures. And these Ninja Turtle, they were from the first movie, like the original first movie back in '90. And like they looked dead on them, and they were $55 fucking a piece.
God damn.
And like, and my buddy Taggart, like he's big into that kind of stuff, and like sometimes like he spends like that kind of money on the stuff, and it's just like that's too fucking much money for a goddamn action figure.
I guess it depends where your interests lie.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I spend that same amount of money on something else stupid. It is what it is. I don't give a shit whatever you're into. But I can't. It's not in my budget to be able to do that.
But it's like to me, it's if I'm putting money and that kind of stuff into something, I want to be able to display it. I want to be able to showcase it and enjoy it. Like all these people.
That's why Funko Pops are perfect, because they're $10 fucking bucks.
Yeah.
You can, but like I'm in the situation now, like I said, I've been moved down to my basement and everything, which is fine. I want to make the most of the space, what I can do down here, but it's like I don't have anywhere. I have the Funko Pops sitting underneath me. I have all my like DVDs, Blu-rays below me and everything, but nobody sees it. Like I wanted to say, like, look at this. This is at the end of the day, it doesn't mean nothing, but like,
no, but at least displaying it is kind of a part of the fun of it, though.
Yeah,
I'm with you. I often wrestle with myself, like I really want that, but I mean, I don't. There's a limited amount of space in my house, and I keep putting junk in. So.
Yeah,
I'm lucky to have this little room, kind of like how you guys have like your basement. Like we each have like a little bit of space that our wives have like allotted us for our bullshit, which is cool. Like I'm very grateful of the space that I have, but like like it's not a big space, so I can't fit a ton of stuff in here. I fit a fucking drum set and like 3 or 4 guitars in here, so I've very much maximized the space that I have.
Your space decent, like. I like the layout of yours. And
I do too.
And it works perfect, especially for the podcast. And Kyle, you got like setup going on there. Going back to the old Kesey shows and seeing the different way, like layout of your basement and everything. It like works, for your show. Like that's hooked up nicely.
Bullshit. If you want to check that out.
That's nice. It's simple and everything, and like that's why I want to turn this. And this morning, I came down here. I was like, all right, let me do some stuff. I said, I don't want to do this because my problem is like I get stuck on like my DVDs and stuff. Like focus on that. I'm like, oh, I see some DVDs mixed in with Blu-rays, and I have these 2 bookshelves. So I can mix. I can move the Blu-rays all in the one and the DVDs in the other. But I was like, that's a lot of work. It's like a lot of work to train.
But you got to do something like cool with your collection though. Like you got a cool collection. Like I follow so many people on Instagram that's like posting their like horror collection and stuff. Like do something like that with it, or
like I got
put it up on a shelf or something. Do something with it.
My thoughts were either like if behind me, I want to put the green screen like here and everything Kyle has, right there. But then I was thinking like even like behind or moving the green screen back possibly and like doing like a couple bookshelves just be like freestanding ones behind me, like maybe not because I don't know if you can tell like perception wise from like the video here, but like it's not a high ceiling basement. Like I have to duck in certain parts. Like the 2 back there, I always hit my head and I've cut myself on it because just watch your head, but like I'll come up too soon and like cut the top of my head. And so it's like I'm limited to like how high I can go with shelves, and then trying to figure out. We got the big, boiler over here.
Green screen it, bro.
Yep.
Oh, and that's what I said. Maybe just a green screen and make it look like I have the collection behind me. Get somebody else's picture behind me to make it look nice. But and that's all in the works and everything. But I don't have a problem being down here. It is nice, especially with it being like hot these past few days. It's always nice and cool down in the basement. And
always.
Never gets too warm down here. So, but like that's my big thing.
Put up your damn green screen smoothie.
I put it in the dryer to pull the wrinkles out, and then I was like, I'm going to do this.
You're halfway there.
I think I need to get a different one. That's the thing. Like this is like when I did, if you remember, I don't know if you even remember, back in the day, I did a little promo for Howdy Inc. And I had the logo behind me and it was a green screen. And I do
remember that.
It's at some point, I don't know if I threw it out just because I wasn't using it. It was like a nicer, like the actual green screen material. This is like, like the green screen I have is like curtain material.
Yeah.
And it'll work just as well. But that was like the perfect, the lighter green, and would have worked better. And I'm assuming, and when we moved, it got thrown out because that was only at the last place we.
God damn it!
Who in the hell is in the chat? Who the hell is No Name?
Oh, that's my buddy, Mr. Retro. We used to be known as on the.
He's saying
YouTube,
some crazy shit like I want to make a wall of 1,000 screaming faces with cast of real people.
He's a great guy. He's subscribed to the Howdy Inc. channel
Cool,
today.
that's awesome. What's up, man?
It took me a second to realize when he said No Name and I put two and two together. When he said he was from my Facebook page,
cool.
I realized I do want to give a shout out to him. He's a great guy. I've been following him.
Right on.
You know, back.
Oh, there. If I would have kept reading, I would have saw that it said that up there.
Yeah, and that's what it was. It took me a second, and I thought I said. So shout out to I'm going to call him Mr. Retro. I'm going to call you Mr. Retro, Mr. No Name, because that's what I know you by.
Cool.
He's another great guy. He's from Canada. He's from up there.
Cool.
Great guy. But thank you for the subscribe to Howdy Inc. and thank you for being a supporter. And
yeah, hell yeah. Right on. What else, fellas? Anybody watch Glow by any chance?
I watched Glow.
I'm really looking forward to season 2 starts up here
I haven't
soon.
watched it yet. I want to watch it, and I haven't watched it.
I loved it. I thought it was.
I did too.
Of it.
Same here. And I just found out the other day that the girl from Glow also does the voice of Diane on BoJack, which I've been obsessed with lately. So that made it even cooler for me.
I haven't watched BoJack, but which girl?
The main girl that turned. What is it?
Allison Brie.
Yes, her. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah, she's from Community. Is where I knew her from.
Oh, okay, I've never watched that before.
Now that is.
Yeah, she does a voice on BoJack, like one of the main characters on there too.
That's awesome. She also does the voice of Unikitty from Lego Movie.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that.
FYI. Yeah.
Right on.
Trivia.
I mean, from what I've gathered, Glow is about gorgeous ladies of wrestling, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. With
It's
Mark
awesome.
Maron. It's awesome.
It's really funny, and it's like heartwarming, and
Yeah.
Now is it almost
whatever.
like documentary like?
No, it's like a fictional retelling of Glow.
But does it have like the characters and everything? Because that was
Not exactly. No, like it's
its
like
own thing.
they've like pretty much said like we're not like trying to like really like tell the exact story of what happened with Glow. Like it's not a documentary. It's not like a true to life thing. It's just
like
an entertaining like retelling of like a women's wrestling startup.
Yeah, the first season is mostly just them putting it together, and like they create their personas, and there's a weird thing between two of the girls that you have to, there's a lot of drama there and shit. But Mark Maron is the glue, I think, that holds it all together.
Yeah.
Great.
He's fantastic. I love Mark Maron.
Yeah.
Have you watched Maron? Have you watched his show?
I watched like the first episode or two, but I didn't stick with it. I don't know. I love.
I got
Mark
through
Maron.
the first couple seasons. I watched it for a while. It was really good. He's gold. He's fantastic.
Yeah, he's a funny dude.
I've been wanting to watch. Like when I saw it, I was like, "That's awesome," because I do remember when Glow was around and when it would come on Saturday afternoon.
Oh yeah, me too.
I think it was Fox. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't Fox, but
yeah, I don't remember which channel.
Anyway, but it was just ridiculous. I forget some of the. But what was the bigger girl?
I don't remember. Like I was never like super attached to it, so like I don't remember. Like I remember like the rest of the wrestling when I was a kid.
I didn't treat it as regular wrestling. I treated it more of a sitcom or more of a acty type. Yeah. But
you should definitely check out the Netflix show. You would like it.
There's a lot of stuff I need to check out in there. And speaking of checking,
the new season starts at the end of the month, so blow through the first season and then watch it.
One thing we're not going to talk about tonight. We were supposed to talk about. We're going to wait for Scott to have a good conversation on it. We talked the pre-show a little bit, but we were talking about The Room. And Brandon, you said you haven't watched it yet, correct?
I have not watched it yet.
And I had picked up the DVD because the problem with I want to go back. It was on. Yes, it was on Kyle's stream.
Yeah, it was on Kyle's Plex. You got Kyle's Plex, and then I saw you post a picture of you buying the DVD.
I saw
that. For whatever reason, it was coming through like very choppy.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And I didn't have that problem. It was funny because we were talking about this in the Twitter chat. Brandon, you were saying a lot of people say your stuff buffers.
Yeah.
The Kevin Smith thing came through fine. We tried to watch because my wife was all excited. She wanted to watch Red Sparrow and Annihilation, and they were coming through. It was very pixelated. That's what I'm looking for. So it was and that's probably because you have 9,000 people watching your stuff, which is fine. But we wanted to watch The Room, and I was like, "You should watch this movie. We're gonna talk about it on the podcast and everything." She's like, "Oh, I want to see it and everything." Or no, she didn't say that. I said, "Let's." She's like, "What is this room? Like, what?
What is The Room?
Well, I was like, I don't know how to tell the best way to tell this. I was like, it's this goofy, it's this cult movie, and I found the what's his name?
Tommy Wiseau?
No. Gosh, Honest Trailers. The Honest Trailers for The Room. So I played that for her, and she's like, "We have to watch this movie." And so we started to watch it on the thing, and it was coming in pixelated again. So, like,
so hold on, wait. Did she? Let me ask you this: did she watch the whole thing? Spoiler alert: did she watch the whole thing, or did she tap out?
No. She's like, "Why am I watching this?" I was like, "It's so awesome." But it is, and we're going to talk about this more. Stay tuned because Scott and Brandon are going to watch this, and Kyle, you can definitely come along for that ride as well. The discussion.
I mean, it's definitely like you have to like slog through it. It is kind of a chore, but
it's a chore. But
if you watch it, if you're watching it ironically, then you'll find the humor in it. You'll be prepared for it, but it is the part of the reason it is as ridiculous as it is because of how fucking hard it is to watch it in the first place.
It's now. I don't know if this was just my TV or my DVD player, or maybe you can talk to this. Were there parts where the audio was off and it looked like they were lip syncing?
Yes.
Okay.
He had to go back and overdub like some bullshit, like 70% of his lines because they were in it like unintelligible on the
okay. Because she's like
original pickup.
She's like, is he dubbing this? I
don't
know.
Good to know because that shit bugs the hell out of me.
Oh,
so if I saw that happen, I'd be like, I gotta download a different version right now.
It's not like super bad and obvious, but there are parts where it is. But
honestly, I will say this. We'll talk about this further. I just want to bring it. I give it huge because it is, and people say this all the time. It's so bad, it's good. Like I would watch that another just because it's so humorous.
Yeah.
The things it's like, and I think Honest Trailers did a good job of that. With the
I haven't seen that.
Right. Watch the Honest Trailers of it, and that was enough to get her hooked. When they talk about the random throwing the football around, and no spoilers, Brandon, but
it is way funnier because a lot of the stuff I think you would almost overlook if you were watching it for the first time. But if you do have somebody kind of pointing out some of the ridiculous shit to you, it helps because that's the reason it's so fun to go watch in the movies if you have like a midnight screening place around you, because all of the people there around you are all going to know what to yell, what to say, and that makes it so much fun.
So they've turned it into like a Rocky Horror Picture. We're talking way too much about it. We're supposed to save this conversation.
We're going to save it, but the last thing
but it's like a Rocky Horror thing, like when you go to the theater to see it.
Yes,
I didn't know that.
It's awesome.
My last comment on this until we actually have the show dedicated to it, or at least a huge segment to it, is the best part about this is how much money is he making now? So something that was a joke. I don't know if because you have the same obviously DVD I have, except yours is awesome and signed by. Can you hold that up again? Do you have that there? We talked about in the pre-show.
There it is, signed by the man himself.
So I have
a big poster with it too.
Hold it up a little bit more, so we can see the bottom of the case. Hold it close to the camera. Just put the what the tagline says there at the bottom.
Oh yeah, it says oh, you're talking about this?
Yes. Read that. Can you read that? Or I guess I can read it. Whatever
for me.
It says it's a black comedy. So I don't know if the comedy label came after he realized it was so.
Yeah, that is true. And you'll find that after. Did you watch The Disaster Artist yet?
No, and that's what we're going to watch that short.
You'll kind of get a more insight into that kind of shit once you watch that movie.
So if it was initially set up to be a comedy, great job. Like, but when you're
It was
watching it, no. And exactly. And it's just, it's a fantastic, I am very happy. Like I didn't mind spending $10
Good.
on the DVD. And I
It's
would love
worth watching at least once just to experience the spectacle of it. But it is over 2 hours. Prepare yourself.
it's longer, it's a long movie, and there's some deleted scenes in there, and it's ridiculous. The soundtrack's ridiculous. It looks like a very bad porn. It's something very bad soft porn.
Don't watch it with the kids around if you don't want them watching
No, you
sexual
can't.
shit.
And but it's fantastic, and it's definitely worth a watch. And that's all I'm going to say about that right now, because
Yeah, we'll get into that next week or
yeah.
whenever next week is.
Yeah, because if you're not going to be here next week, I may I may not. I don't know. Chances are I probably won't, because I'm hang out and spend time and do all that stuff.
I like the idea of watching something and talking about it like that. Though, what was your other idea that you said that you had for an episode?
The other idea, when we were all talking about beforehand, we were all making transactions in the bathroom before the episode. You were taking the picture, Brandon, and I was like, you know what? If we all had laptops, and we talked about like shooting the shit, but like it's an episode. But I thought it would be very awesome if we did a podcast and called it Shit Talking.
From the toilet?
Yeah, maybe just a half-hour episode, but
that's great. I love that.
Four people.
That's so funny.
Talking and taking a dump.
That's a podcast in itself, man. Shit talking.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Everyone's just shitting as they're. I think that's funny, especially if everyone truly was shitting. Like you really were in sync like that. That part alone makes it funny as hell to me.
Well, tonight at 10:50, we all were in sync. So even Kyle threw in at the last minute. Well, I guess I'll go too, just to make sure.
Right? See if you can squeeze something out.
So
at the end of every podcast, you turn the camera on what you created.
You guys remember ratemypoo.com?
Yeah, fuck yeah, I remember.
It's no longer a website, which is really depressing, but
sucks.
I spent more time on that website than I should have.
Hey, gentlemen, real quick, I'm going to use the facilities again. I've been drinking a lot of water. I think there's more discussion to be had here. Guys, continue it. I will be right back.
All right, you got it.
It is almost wrap up time though, but
yeah, could wrap it up. Oh, he already went video silent on us.
You did. Oh well.
What were we even talking about? I can't remember.
The room.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have anywhere to play at midnight near you?
Yeah, my kid just started working at a theater like a month ago, and they show it. Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude. I mean, I definitely don't. I don't recommend seeing it the first time at the theater, but
yeah, I'd prefer to watch it at home, especially now that I know that it's like a Rocky Horror thing. I didn't know that it was like that, so
it's. I mean, at ours at least, it's at the theater called the Drexel, and they give like free admission to you if you wear a red dress, and that includes guys.
Okay.
They do like once a month. I've told people it's the most fun you'll ever have at the movies. I've taken I've tried to take like everyone I know there.
That's why I know as much of. I mean, I've never watched it, but the only reason I really know anything about it is from seeing you talk about it and like rallying people to go see it and stuff. That's my experience with The Room. Is that
I think the first time I ever heard about it, Aaron actually had mentioned it on one of the message boards or something, and he talked it up because he's always kind of in the know on he's always up to the memes and shit like that. But in the know. But I think I'm just giving him props for really
for sure.
Oh, let me show you this other room memorabilia I have real quick. Hold on.
All right. Holy shit! It's just me. So okay, good. Kyle's back. Whew.
This guy.
It was just me there for a second. I didn't know what to do.
It's Tommy with so bobblehead.
Right on.
And he talks. Hold on. Let's see if you can hear him.
Okay.
You know what they say, love is blind.
Could you hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I have no idea what the hell it's talking about, but
everybody knows that one.
oh yeah, everybody.
Oh, hi, Denny. Yeah, this is Paula bought me
There's
my birthday one year.
there's this dude that I follow on Instagram that like makes like t-shirts is essentially what this guy does, like novelty t-shirts, and they're pretty funny for
Hell
the
yeah.
most part. And one that he just recently made was a combination of The Room and Typo Negative, and I'm a huge Typo Negative fan, so I was like, damn, I wish I understood like the Room part of it. It says type O high mark on it, so it's like, but I don't understand the O high mark part of The Room. So
I did not hit. Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh, hi, Smoothie. Yeah, man.
So I felt bad that it was like a cool Typo Negative shirt, but I wish I would have known
It'll be
like the
just-
other reference.
hopefully it has the same effect on you that like Rick and Morty did. Like it was already a cultural phenomenon. You got into it late. So I did
Right.
too. And then like now you're like part of it and with it. But
Yeah.
that'll happen with you guys for The Room because it's nice being like it's annoying being outside of these dumb cultural phenomenons that you think are dumb, but
Right.
then it's fun being a part of them when you finally get in.
Yeah.
It's
We'll
weird.
see how it goes.
I'm happy to be there. I'm
Good.
DVD. I plan on watching it again just to find out other discrepancies. And
Hell yeah.
there's one I wanted to point out that was just like comical, and we'll talk about that on when we do have that episode. But it's fantastic for what it is. Like it made it that much better.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea.
It's ridiculous that I haven't watched it yet.
It's probably a good idea to preface it with that video Smoothie recommended, at least so you'll be kind of prepared for some of the in jokes. I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, if you watch the honest trailer of it, like the way they point out things,
Yeah,
just you'll be able to pick up on a lot of like the inconsistencies.
that's probably a good
Okay.
idea.
with it.
So you're saying, Kyle, because you're the veteran here, you've been familiar with it for longer and seen it longer. You think that I should watch the honest trailer first?
I definitely think so because going in blind, I think you would find enough humor in it. So if you'd rather do that, please go for it because that's how I did it. And
I feel like I think that's maybe, but
I think you'll still be good with it. But it may be worth for some people, maybe worth kind of having a little bit of knowledge of what some of the in jokes are, what might be coming, so that you can kind of be like, oh yeah, there's that fucking part. Ah, yeah, that is ridiculous. I agree. In context.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think that's the honest trailer is what sold my wife on it. She's like, we have to watch this. And that's why I didn't see it. It was pixelated on your stream.
Yeah.
All right,
I get it. Jeez.
You have the 5G internet hooked up hardwire.
I'm very appreciative. It's cool just to even see what movies you have. I'm there.
Oh, it's entertaining just scrolling through Kyle's movies. Fuck watching anything. It's just fun to scroll through it all.
But but definitely like that. So like she's like, I want to see this, and I was like, all right, let me go see what it is. I was like, oh, it's like $10 on Amazon. I was like, hey, I'll
worth it, man.
I'll take the plunge and
just buy it.
I can't wait to watch the deleted scenes.
Watch the deleted scenes, and there may be a commentary also.
Commentary. I think there's maybe some. I don't know.
I recommend them. All of the special features on the DVD are great. I mean, well worth it.
A lot of things, but the honest trailers is definitely good because the way if you're familiar with honest trailers, of course, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've never heard of honest trailers.
Really? Oh, that they do great thing. Watch the Lion King one. The Lion King one's probably my first.
Okay.
That's probably the one I was introduced to him. I don't know how I stumbled across it, but definitely check out the Lion King one. But this one, it definitely sets the scene because they pull out the key highlights that you want to pick up on when you're watching.
Hold on, what the fuck? Kyle, you just said that I should watch the honest trailer first, and then a minute later you're like, what the fuck is honest trailers?
Well, no, I was only recommending it based on what Smoothie said as far as it maybe filling you in on some of the in jokes. I don't know.
Point it out.
Hold on. You know what?
Watch it blind, man. I think you'll like it regardless.
I think I'm gonna go watch it blind. I think that's
what you've heard so far sounds cool. You'll like it going in blind, honestly.
It's something I should have watched a long time ago because that is the kind of stuff that I enjoy is stupid shit like that.
Yeah.
But I just never got around to watching it.
Wait, hold on. You know what? Do we want to do this now, or want to wait for Scott? I can pull it up and we can try and see how the honest trailer thing. Although we might get flagged, won't we, Kyle? You're more experienced with that. For the
Yeah, if you play something from YouTube, and not at the very least you don't talk over it, it'll flag you and it'll potentially block your audio, which is fucking annoying.
Well, then we're gonna cut that. I was gonna share it and
Yeah, it can be a pain in the ass.
do that, but it's
Just watch it. I mean, everybody has YouTube. Go there and check it out. I mean, or not, and watch The Room if not. Well, I think you should definitely. You guys were talking about last week. Definitely watch The Room before The Disaster Artist. I think though.
yeah. I think it'll make the Disaster Artist that much more fulfilling to watch.
All right, now move the fuck on because we've now talked about The Room for like 20 minutes.
Well,
We're
all right.
supposed to do a whole entire segment on it. We're gonna have to rehash all of it.
All right.
No, we will, but we'll have seen it then, so we'll be able to actually talk about the film.
Yeah,
I'm
I
the
can't
only
wait for
one
you
that's
guys'
still the
opinion.
holdout. Did Scott say he has seen it?
I don't think he's watched it as of yet.
Okay.
I don't hold me to that, but I don't think.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if he hasn't seen it because of Aaron being on those kind of things. You would think Scott would have watched it by now.
Yeah.
We're definitely gonna have a whole dedicated thing.
Yeah. You coming back for that episode, Kyle? Because obviously you have some good The Room insights.
I would love to. I mean, I hope I'm not doing shit. If so, then yeah, I'll be there.
Right on.
You're scheduled for at least another episode. Definitely the Juggalo episode.
Yeah.
I definitely want to be there for the Juggalo episode.
Yeah. Right, because we don't talk about it on we have not talked about it on this episode, and we're not going to.
I was thinking about having some Juggalo talk tonight, but we won't.
No.
We'll refrain.
So what about Kyle? Let's get together a crossover episode.
All right, let's talk about that before we head out of here. Let's close on that because we have talked about that. So as we've made it very clear for the past couple of weeks, Kyle and his buddy Enz host a weekly podcast, stream it live on Facebook called Iconoclash. It's just pretty much very similar to what we do, only more structured, it seems to me.
Well, we attempt, but
maybe it's just it's more or less an illusion. But they talk about video games and music, definitely heavy on the music and video games, I would say.
Yeah.
I've got a lot of stuff from it in terms of musical stuff, but I don't want to take all your thunder. Why don't you talk about that a little bit, Kyle, and then we'll talk about the crossover.
Well, I actually didn't know that Enz had listened to any of your guys' podcasts, and he surprised me last week talking about how he checked you guys out and shit. And you know how people are, right? You never know if people's actually listening and shit. But but he said it was cool, and I was like, let's do a crossover. He's like, I'm down, yeah. So it really just depends on our schedules. We both just got new jobs, so we haven't even worked out what our new schedule is going to be like for our show. So as long as we can work it out, I mean, I don't see it being a problem. I think it'll be fun. He's into it. If we can get all of us in it, man, it'll be good old fucking time.
Cool.
Just bring your soundboard and you supply all the sounds and
oh yeah, we'll try. He kills me with that shit, but he's trying.
That's fine how that worked.
His soundboard, like what?
We talked about doing a soundboard. He brought his he downloaded an app I recommended and started playing it, but he's got like a few sounds so far. He needs to be more on top of it. He loves his fucking it needs to be about 20% cooler. That fucking
what's the ending? I'm Leroy Jenkins.
Leroy Jenkins. Whatever the fuck that is.
Oh, it's fun. I've been wanting to do that. I have to ask off air about that, how to connect and get it that.
Yeah, man. It's easy shit.
I know it is. I just rather have it.
Are you trying to put a soundboard on our show, Smoothie?
I'm always trying to do different
For what it's worth, I like every podcast that I listen to that does a soundboard. I like it. I think soundboards are so funny every time.
Right on.
But so that's like Iconoclash in a nutshell. Great guys. Enz is of course independent artist. I big guess he's pretty.
Sure.
Whatever you want to.
Yeah.
I don't want to do him a disservice. I've
He's an independent artist. He just makes music and puts it on Spotify and shit.
it's I've listened to some of the stuff. It's definitely worth checking out. There definitely are some Keezy collaborations with them, and definitely if you check out iconoclash.net, you can download a bunch of free Keezy tracks, like old school.
Yeah, all of that shit's on there, man.
What did I pull up? We were talking about Aaron earlier. What I was listening to Broads, and
Yeah.
what was the other one?
We have another one called I'm Through with White Girls. I did with Aaron.
That's it.
Awesome. both those songs are awesome.
Stuff. And
Howdy Inked the song, by the way, which has Scott the Fun on there. You should play that on here.
we tried, but it was I was vetoed on that one.
Yeah.
First episode. What was the reasoning? Why were we vetoed on that?
I don't think Scott wanted it to be heard, if I'm not mistaken, right?
I think it's fucking sweet, man.
I'm
not trying to like misquote him on that, but I think that's what happened. He was like, "No, that was you can't play that."
Howdy Inked the song.
That's Howdy Ink classic right there. Like that's
It is for sure.
Like a Howdy Ink's greatest hits. That song's on there. not only
what other songs are on the greatest hits album?
Christmas song. I don't think I wasn't on that one, but
that was the B-side.
Song,
and then the Howdy Show theme song. That's the whole greatest hits album right there.
Oh, and the Ninja Land soundtrack.
That's very true. Yeah,
and the unfinished Never Before Heard Nutshell.
You're the only fucking person that even remembers that existed.
All right, so now I'm
or did not exist, really.
What's the nutshell?
Oh, that was when I decided that I was going to record an album, and then absolutely nothing ever happened from it.
Of course, Trent Reznor an album up.
Yeah, which I still want to fucking do, just because I've got all the fucking instruments, but just never have. Probably never will.
What I want to do, I was thinking about because Scott was saying that I had to wrap the next promo because I cut. If you listen to this in the audio version, you'll notice that the promos that are cut, most of them have been me. I've taken the time just for the different shows. But Scott had said I need to wrap one, so I was listening to the Unknown, and very very early stages, meaning in my head, listening to our theme song, the Unknown podcast song, and adding a verse. And I was thinking maybe we could start there, and Brandon, you can add a verse to it.
Oh, that would be sweet.
Brandon doesn't rap.
Well, you can
like 2 bars, man. Drop like 2 bars, and you'll be good. That'd be sweet.
Like have like an extended like cut theme song.
Out of all of those songs that we just said that were on the Howdy Inc. Greatest Hits album, my contribution to all of that was I said, "It's Ninja Land, it's Ninja Land," over and over again. That is my only contribution to the Greatest Hits album.
It's fan.
That's so funny.
It's terrible. I can't do that shit.
Man, come on.
Well, we can discuss these on upcoming
episodes.
I honestly, I do want to do an extended cut of our theme song, like Atlas, on there as well, and then we're gonna go, since our buddies Keezy and Ends are down to do a crossover, get them to do the remix.
Oh yeah, and get Aaron on there too. You just keep every guest you ever have them write like a little like verse for it.
There we go. That's beautiful. That's a beautiful idea.
I found buried in a folder on my computer not too long ago. There was a point when we were on one of the old message boards, and I don't remember which of the Juggalo boards it was, but like some of us got together, and this might even have been against Kyle. I don't remember. I think it might have been actually. Like there was a few of us that was gonna like write a diss song about like other people on the board. Yeah. I think that might have been at the point when we were beefing with Kyle for whatever the fuck reason. And so anyway, so I found a document on my computer that was like everybody's verse and then like written out form, not like in audio form, but like people had wrote their verse, and I had a file with all of the fucking verses on it. So
Oh man, you need to have that. Put that file in the Google Drive and let
I'll find it and I will.
everybody
Yeah.
like rap it on the show. That'd be awesome.
Wait a minute though. Wait, was it a real like beef, if you will?
I honestly don't even remember what the
Because I
fuck it
remember
was.
there was
I
a
have
time-
no fucking clue.
I truly I remember being banned from Hell's Forecast at one point, and then I came back as like another character at one point.
Another character.
And, like I had like a different name, and I just posted in like the rap battle forum for a minute. And then I started joining, and then I secretly revealed myself, and then like everybody was cool with me again.
Oh, fucking ridiculous.
I don't remember why we were beefing though. I don't remember.
I remember at one point when we were beefing, I remember because you were doing the Howdy Inc. website at some point,
Okay.
and like you redirected howdyinc.com to like keezy.com. Like you stole my fucking website and pointed it to yours.
Oh my god, I didn't remember that. That's so funny.
And
I wish I knew why we were mad at each
Yeah,
other.
I really have no fucking clue.
I remember maybe it's a completely different instance. I remember when the supervillains and superheroes were supposed to drop. And we formed fact because I have
Here
somewhere.
comes the fucking juggalo part.
No. I remember on the message board. I remember creating a little graphic of like me, and I think Scott was in it, like drawing like the guard, and then everybody else had like a different one.
Oh yeah, I don't think that was related to the beef though. I think that was a fun, good.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah,
I remember I have to.
The beef may have been like something personal or something. I don't even. I really, truly don't remember.
yeah, I don't either. I really do not.
That's how insignificant and stupid it was. Obviously,
As far as I could, so the beef was with you.
It was while I was living in Columbus, if I'm not mistaken.
I was like Brandon, Liz, and me were the admins at some point on that board. And they like banned me and everything, and like me and like I think Nikki and Paul.
Yeah, it was like your
the whole crew. Candace. We all got banned.
Yeah. Oh damn, that's a name I kind of forgot all about right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember what the fuck caused it or happened or
Internet shit, man. That's funny.
Yeah. Whatever. We can be friends now.
Yeah, man. I like you.
Thanks. I just realized. Oh, never mind. I just realized there was something under the bottle cap of the beer that I drank. I thought I was going to say something cool, but it's just at Stone Brewery with their little Facebook symbol and shit. Anyway.
Boring.
Well, fellas, we are at over 2 hours.
Whoa. Time flies, man.
It does. It's been a great discussion here.
We should restart the beef just for the fuck.
Fucking Howdy Inc. versus Keezy.
Howdy Inc. versus Iconoclash. Fuck you guys. Fuck your crossover episode.
Oh, here it comes. Here it comes.
Not even beef, just like a battle. That'd be awesome. Like,
what are we gonna do? We're gonna rap battle them. They're gonna for sure fucking win that.
Our great white hope is Scott. Let me see.
Yeah.
And Aaron, if we bring Aaron into it, but
make diss songs against each other. You want to do that?
That'd be fun.
That sounds way better than a crossover episode. We'd probably both get more listeners somehow that way.
Yeah, no shit.
Fantastic, but it's late. Oh, it's getting late. It's
all right.
2 o'clock. I could literally. I'm in that kind of zone where I talk all night.
Yeah.
I think it's time to come to close. Kyle, we've appreciated having you on the show once again, and we do look forward to having you. We're definitely having you on for the room talk. You have a signed copy of the DVD, so I mean, you.
Oh yeah, you didn't see this either. I had this.
Oh, that's fantastic.
I'm fed up with this world.
I think the best part when I opened that DVD and saw a little like
save it for next week.
Okay. I will save that for next week. But definitely you are, or not next week, whenever week we do that. It will be the next one. We're all together again. Like I said, I'm still debating on whether or not it seems like I might be doing the solo show next week at some point. And if I know that definitely early in the week, I'll try and record it.
Why don't you guys just work out a different day? Come on. You guys can't get together for an hour and a half some other day.
No.
This is Smoothie's sweet spot. I can't get them to do any other
I-
time other
Like
than.
I said, I finally got my wife around to the thing. So maybe we can go earlier. Like for me, a lot of it is being in the basement and everything. It's not being a finished basement, so it's very like even if they're up and they're in the living room watching TV, I'm going to hear it down here.
We're
And
like 7 a.m.
I get up early in the mornings. That's I thought about that too, but I know those guys. I know Brandon doesn't get up that early
Oh,
because I can rock and roll any time of the weekend. On like I was up this morning at 4 o'clock to go out and run,
Damn.
and I'll
no.
be up tomorrow at 7. I sleep in on Sundays because I do this show, so I get nice 5 hours sleep, respectable. And but I'm definitely up and available at those times. But I like this. I like this time.
I really don't dislike this time.
Moving forward, I would like. I was thinking about this. I would like, and we could talk about this definitely off air. But moving maybe if possible to a Friday night.
No, I jam on Friday nights. We drink beer and play guitars.
Okay.
That night's occupied.
That's fine, but that's not whatever the case may be. Whenever we have, I'm just gonna say, I only say doing a solo show just because it'd be fun. Try.
Hey man,
Yeah, go for it. Go right ahead. I couldn't imagine doing that. That sounds terrible.
I really, like I said, it would be something that I probably wouldn't do live. I'd record something and see how it sounds, or put it up or not. Like,
yeah, I'm all for you doing it. You go right ahead.
DJ all night and just play songs. I mean, it wouldn't be good for a YouTube video, but it'd be good for a podcast to listen to.
True, because they don't
play songs on podcasts. Like, where's the gray area there of like playing songs?
You can't, but if you don't have sponsors and like no one's gonna fucking. I mean, how many downloads you get in a week? Nobody's gonna fucking give a shit. I listen,
but iTunes doesn't catch that and shit. Like iTunes isn't like you're playing copyrighted shit.
I listen to podcasts that downloads from iTunes and they blatantly play parts of songs and shit.
Yeah, that podcast I was listening to, the Mixed Feelings podcast, like they usually like they'll start in with a popular song. The one that comes to mind, they did first of the month. But then at the end of the episode, they said the songs you heard, and they credited to some extent, but
I mean, I think it's just you just do it until you get a cease and desist, and then how long is that going to take? You know. But anyways, I think that would be a cool show. I can
do that. But any event, we enjoyed having you on. You're going to be back for the rooms.
Yes, I'll try.
I'll come back. Maybe if the stars align right, and the moons fall into place, maybe by the time we get to the room, it'll be time for the Juggalo episode, so we can combine them all into one mighty episode.
Oh no, the Juggalo episode is all Juggalo episode.
Okay,
there ain't no time for the room on there.
Everyone should commit to painting their face on that episode.
Nope.
I said that.
Yeah, Smoothie already tried that.
Come on, dude. If I do it, I swear to God, I'll do it. I'll paint my face. I'll put that on wax right now. I will paint my face if I am able to do that episode.
Please do. You're gonna be sitting there on a Saturday night like, nope, sorry, can't do it. I'll paint my face.
Dude, I haven't painted my face in years. I would definitely do it.
We'll see when we get closer to that. So
all right.
What episode is this? 12.
This is 12. So we're only 5 away. I mean,
yeah, we're getting close.
It'll be close to gathering time by then. You know that?
Oh, perfect. We planned that.
Look at that. We're awesome.
That's as long as you don't skip an episode. Don't do it.
So that really holds me to doing the solo episode.
Yes.
Maybe I'll find a guest. Maybe I'll find somebody I know.
There you go. That'd be good.
Whatever. We'll run with it. But
get like one of your YouTubing buddies on here or something. Do something different with it.
Maybe Mr. Retro, who was on the show. No name.
Yeah.
Who was in the chat.
No name.
Hung around for pretty much the whole show. And thank you.
No name.
Off. He said he enjoyed the stream, so I appreciate it. But it's we keep talking on. We got to cut this here. Kyle, where can we find you and your?
You follow me on Twitter and shit. I don't post that often, but Special Keezy and Instagram, and then Keezy.com is where everything is. Iconoclash.net leads to the same site. Don't be fooled. It's the same as Keezy.com.
All right, Brandon, where can we find
Captain Howdy 1027 on Instagram and Twitter? You could go to howdyinc.com, but it just redirects you to keezy.com because he fucking stole it. That's about it.
It's, I don't know how I missed. I don't know how I missed that.
Yeah,
Like
it happened.
I was
It went
around,
down.
Work in mysterious ways. That's what they say.
but
Yeah,
I was
you were. I mean, you were definitely around during that time for sure.
if it was especially if it was after like a B6 time when we started our own thing.
It was around the time of like when we were doing the Howdy show and stuff. I think Ninja Land, even maybe. I don't know.
I don't remember.
That's crazy. I don't know.
After Ninja Land, was it after we did Ninja Land?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
So that was
Like
yeah,
Hell's Forecast days, I think.
Okay.
I don't remember it. Whatever. I don't either here nor there. So that's all you got for us, Brandon.
That's that.
That's how you're at, Captain Howdy. We got that.
1027.
1027. I am your boy Smoothie, but of course, it sounds redundant. You can find me at Instagram and Twitter at INC_smoothie and on the YouTube's INC Smoothie Entertainment. You can also check out our newly formed and recently liked by Brandon, finally, our Facebook page for the Unknown Podcast, and that is facebook.com, the Unknown Pod. And of course, we have the Unknown Pod on Twitter. Go to theunknownpod.com and you can catch every episode as we upload them there weekly, and any other news pertaining to this show or the other shows that Howdy Inc. has to offer. Hit up howdyinc.com. And ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for this week. We want to once again thank Kyle for coming on, and
You're welcome.
it's been great. And
Thanks for having me. It was fun.
no problem,
You guys.
We look forward to the many future dealings with you and past dealings, and maybe possible beef that I can be part of.
Oh, don't you fucking start.
Whatever it is. Thank you for tuning in, everyone. This is your boy Smoothie signing off, and hope you enjoyed this episode of the Unknown Podcast.
Peace.
See ya.
Later. Shit, where's Audacity? I gotta find that. And stop.
Damn, was that the longest one yet?
I think it was. I'm gonna stop the live broadcast. See you live, which is myself.